Hey guys, good evening or afternoon or morning, wherever. Depends on what part of the world you're in or if you're watching replay. Good evening. Welcome to Southern Gal True Crime. As usual, I'm a bit late, unprepared tonight. Earlier, I was watching TV, laid down to watch some TV, and I inadvertently took a nap. And I don't take naps on purpose. I always end up taking naps on accident. So anyway, I just woke up not too long ago. So that means I'll probably be up all night. But anyway, just glad, good to have everybody here. Sorry, my cat decided to exit the room. He's mad because I'm in his chair. He'll probably make an appearance at some point during the live stream. This is an unusual. I usually don't do live streams in the middle of the week. I usually do a late night True Crime After Dark live stream on the Saturday night, but got stuff going on this weekend, so I thought we'd do it tonight and talk about some of the true crime, some of the stuff that's happening in the news. There's been some developments in some of the stories that we've been following in the news, and then I have if we'd have time to get to it, I have a dumb criminal story that actually is kind of a follow up to well, actually it's not a dumb criminal. Well, he is dumb, but it's a very bizarre, weird crime. So we'll get to that. I don't think my second self is going to come up on my computer tonight, so I'm probably just going to be winging it through the phone. But welcome, everybody. If this is your first time here, welcome. We are glad to have you. I share missing persons, cold cases, some current current true crime in the news, and more. And the missing persons and cold cases that I share, they are the lesser known cases, the ones that don't get the national attention. Not that those cases aren't important, obviously they are, but there are so many cases out there that don't get national attention, don't even get local attention that they deserve. So on my little channel, I try to bring as much awareness as I can to all those cases. So that sounds, there's the wrong buttons here. If that sounds like your cup of tea, please consider subscribing. Like, share, comment, all those things help the YouTube algorithm push my channel out to more people, and that's the most important thing, is to for this information that I usually share, the missing persons, and which I'm going to share a lot of missing persons tonight, and the cold cases, all that important information gets out there to as many people as possible. And I'm also going to be sharing, I think most of the missing persons I'm going to share tonight come from a new Facebook group I'm in. It's called Cold Cases, and I think I forgot to put the link to it in the description box of the live stream. But I will, got hot in here all of a sudden. Anyway, I will put it, after the stream is over, I will put it in the comment section, and then when YouTube will let me edit the actual video, I'll put it in the description box also. It is a wonderful group. So if you're passionate about missing persons, cold cases, and being a positive a positive voice, a positive advocate for the missing, and bringing more awareness to the cold cases. I encourage you to go join the group. Lots of good folks there. Lots of, as I say, lots of our kind of folks. They're there for the right reasons. So, yeah, StreamYard's not coming up at all on my laptop, so I'll just let it stew for a minute and do things through my phone. Let's see if there's anybody here. Oh, let me take my banner down, or it'll be there. Oh, maybe my second self is being very even slower than my original self. Take my banner down, it'll be there. Hold the whole show. All right. Chopper was here earlier. Welcome, Chopper. Chopper is on. I see him in other channels. He's also on my Discord. We were having a conversation earlier on Discord, and he said he had been sharing my channel and helping promote my channel. So thank you, Chopper, for doing that. I don't know if he'll be here now. He was here earlier, about 5 o'clock Central Time. So thank you, Chopper, for everything that you do and everything everybody does. I see Mixie was here earlier. Welcome, Mixie, if she's still here. No, she was still putting all my links in for me. I said, I'm trying to multitask right now, see if my second self is going to come up too, so I can control things through my computer, but if not, we'll do it old school. Hopefully it won't turn into a dumpster fire. So welcome, Chopper. Welcome, Mixie, if they come back. Try to use my... Mixie's putting on my... Hello, Michelle C. Michelle C is here. Good to see you here, Michelle. Another one of my wonderful mods. Very good to have you here. Oh, Miss Gail Hurd is here. Welcome, Gail. Always good to have Gail here. My OG is here. Michigan Wifey is here, or at least was earlier. Let me check the times. Oh, yep, she's here. Michigan Wifey's here. Welcome, Michigan Wifey. One of my OGs. Been with me from the beginning before I even started doing live streams. Good to have everybody here. All the lurkers, welcome, lurkers. If you don't want to say anything, that's fine. But if you want to say hi, that's fine also. Yes, it's not usually on my live on the True Crime After Dark or True Crime in the News live streams. It's a little bit looser format than when I do my case of the week and my missing person Monday and my case of the week. So far, my second self finally decided to come up. So, okay. So we're working, my second self is working for now. May go in and out. But anyway, so I will make it full screen and we will get started. I think I'm caught up in comments. I'll check comments and see who, if anybody else pops in. I know being a weeknight, hold on. Technical difficulties. I know being a weeknight, I don't know how many people will be here. Oh, Dandy Linus is here. Another one of my wonderful mods. Hey, Dandy. Good to have you here, my dear. I think Dandy was on Discord earlier, too. And we were all chit-chatting about some different stuff. And it's so funny. I think Dandy, I think it was you. I was checking out other people's Discord channels and seeing, because I like to snag either snag stories to share, anything I haven't heard about or found out about. Pardon my hair once again. We're fixing to have a bunch of rain and storms tomorrow, so the humidity is got my hair going everywhere. But anyway, bad hair day. But Dandy, I think, had posted one of the stories that I was going to talk about tonight. That it's not one that we've been following. So great minds think alike, I guess. You guys' minds are a lot sharper than mine is, especially right now. I'm still half asleep, but I got my supersized glass of sweet tea, so maybe it'll help wake me up some. I can't believe I fell asleep for that long. But anyway, all right, we will get started with our missing persons. And like I said earlier, I think all these missing persons, I believe, come from the cold cases group. I'm going to start, and I mentioned this a little bit, if anybody who hasn't watched my Missing Person Monday video, all those cases and the missing persons that I featured on my Missing Person Monday is actually a live stream, I think, all came from postings from the cold cases group. So I'm going to systematically start going through that group and some other Facebook groups that I've was graciously invited to join, work my way, and start trying to bring some awareness to those cases, along with the cases that I have in my little notebook. So, the first missing person, I'm reading this part off my screen, so I might have to lean in a little bit. It's Chrissy Gibbons. She went missing from Bloomfield, Missouri. She is 27 years old. Last contact was on September 5th of 2023. White female, brown hair, blue eyes, 5'4", 298 pounds. Like I said, missing from Bloomfield, Missouri. There's not a whole lot of information. I did research this to see if there was a little bit more information about her disappearance. Unfortunately, there wasn't, but we'll go with what we got. So if you have any information about Chrissy, her possible whereabouts, please contact the Stoddard County Sheriff's Office at 573-568-4654, or the Missouri State Highway Patrol Missing Persons Clearinghouse at 573-526-6178, either 78 or 76. I apologize. If anybody's watching this on a bigger screen than mine, you can read the numbers better. The next one on the right side of the screen or the slide is Kaylee Foster. She went missing on September 20th of 2023. She is just 16 years old when she went missing. White female, brown hair, brown eyes, 5'5", 130 pounds. Last unknown. Sorry. Once again, I'm leaning in. It's really small writing. Missing from Poplar Bluff, Missouri. Is believed that she has been taken into Arkansas. I'm in Arkansas for anybody that's new here. So that's why another reason I wanted to include this one. And she may be in the Russellville or Butler County areas. And it says anyone with information that's submitted through through the page. You can call the Butler County Sheriff's Office Investigator Eddie Holloway at 573-785-8444. There's a message. It says, Kaylee, if you're reading this, just message us and let us know that you're off. So it's always very scary when any of our children and teenagers are missing, run away, whatever the case may be. So that's why I like to feature a lot of kids and teenagers, but missing adults are obviously important too. Next, we have Nicole McCartney. She went missing from Millersburg, Pennsylvania. She has been missing since December 2nd of 2022. She's 5'2", around 150 pounds. It says that they believe that she may be in the Harrisburg area or Chester County, and that she is in danger, possibly, and unable to make contact with somebody. So that sounds a little bit more urgent. All of them are urgent, but a little bit more urgent, because I say that she is possibly in danger. So it's Nicole Elizabeth McCartney, 37 years old when she went missing. She'll be 39. She went missing December 2nd, 2022 from Millersburg, Pennsylvania. She was last seen. You hear something like that running him up. What is he doing up there? Anyway, it says that she was last seen on December 3rd at a Staples store in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. White female, 5'2", 120 pounds, with brown hair, hazel eyes. Anyone with information on her whereabouts, possible whereabouts. If you've seen her, know where she's at, contact the Pennsylvania State Police at 717-362-8700 or by texting the Likens tip line at 717-418-8280. Next we have, and I do have a short video clip to go with this. This is Jessica Diane Van Zant Ditezel. She was one of the missing that I featured on my Missing Person Monday video. She has been missing since February 18th of 2020, so just a little over 4 years now. She went missing from Albany, Georgia. She is a white female, 21 years old when she went missing, 5'7", 150 pounds, blonde hair. She has a lot of tattoos. She has the name Elena, which is her daughter's name, and her daughter is in this video clip that I'm going to show you. It'll bring tears to your eyes, guys. So she has the name of Elena, a butterfly on the upper left side of her chest. The words Kenny Man, Kenny, man, Man, on the upper right side of her chest, writing on the side of her rib cage, an arrow in the center of her upper back, a heart between her left thumb and index finger, stars on her thigh, and the words perfectly flawed on her thigh. If you want to, they did include pictures because this information came from the Charlie Project. They do include pictures of all or most of her tattoos. I just couldn't fit them all on the slide, so you can check out the Charlie Project. Just go to Google and put in Jessica Ditezel, and it'll bring up her Charlie Project, and you can look at all the tattoos and all the rest of her information. Checking comments here. Making sure my computer right froze up on me. All right, so I'm going to play, and I did something different because I had a lot of, and I forgot to get my, hold on. Once again, I had to write down, I have about 5 video clips. They're just short clips that I'm going to be showing throughout. And I just have it, I wrote them down on a piece of paper so I wouldn't forget. But I did something different. Instead of having them all separate, I went in and used one of my video editing things and just put them all into one video. And hopefully I will be able to pause them and restart as we go along. It's an experiment because I didn't feel like uploading 15,000 videos to a StreamYard because I didn't know how well it was going to be working. But anyway, hopefully this will work. So let me take this down for a minute. I will probably mute my cam and my mic during this because it's about 4 or 5 minutes. It gives a little bit of a background on Jessica's case. Her mom talks, her daughter talks. Like I said, guys, this will bring tears to your eyes. So let me go out and mute my cam and mic while this is on, and hopefully I will be back.
Six-year-old Reyna Dretzel is appealing to the public for information in her mom's disappearance.
WLB News 10's Jamie Worsley sits down with those close to the case as they reveal some undisclosed evidence. New hope now in finding Jessica Van Zant Ditezel 4 years later.
My name's Elena.
All right, I'm having technical difficulties. Could you guys hear that? Was there any sound to it? I couldn't hear any sound on my end. I might actually have to do it separately. So you guys let me know if you could hear anything.
I like to go to school and do
Police said Iris looks,
Y'all guys
quote,
still hear me?
happy as can be. Her dad says the first thing he's going to do is give her a big
You
bear
guys are
hug,
quiet.
but he says there will be
Basically,
a
where I
lot
put a
of
1 in the
emotional
chat or
conversations in
something
the
to let me know
coming
that you
weeks
can hear
that'll
me,
have to
or if you could
happen
hear
to
the
help
video.
Iris move past this. Courtney.
So Dandy says that she can hear it. I don't know why I couldn't hear it on my. Okay, I'll start the video again. I can't hear it on my end, but if you guys, Miguel says 1 now too. Hold on, let me try the hold on, like I said, technical difficulties. Hey Mexie, welcome. I'm having technical difficulties as usual. Let me do it from here, just a separate video file, and see if it'll work that way. I couldn't hear it on my end, so I didn't know if you guys could hear it. What am I doing? Oh, people are gonna start leaving in droves. They're gonna be like, man, she don't know what she is doing. Browse gallery. And luckily I have all the separate videos in one folder. I just had to find the folder on my phone. See. All right, this should be it.
Time. 6-year-old Reyna Ditezel is appealing to the public for information in her mom's disappearance.
In an exclusive interview, WLB News 10's Jamie Worsley sits down with those close to the case as they reveal some undisclosed evidence. New hope now in finding Jessica Vance Ditezel 4 years later.
My name's Elena, and I like to go to school and do homework and play outside and watch movies and eat snacks.
Elena has already picked out a dress for her 7th birthday party in just 2 weeks, but a key person in her life won't be there. Her mom, Jessica Vance Ditezel.
Let me know, guys, if there's no
We're trying to look for her because she's gone.
February 13th of 2020, the 21-year-old Jessica was last seen at this Inn Market on surveillance footage. She was seen wearing a blue Nike shirt, black leggings, black Nike slides, and carrying a mustard-colored bag. February 18th, the last messages sent from Jessica's Facebook account were tracked here to the former Deep South Motel. By March 2nd, Jessica was reported missing here at the Albany Police Department and the Lee County Sheriff's Office by her mother, Christina Johnson. This comes after she didn't reach out on Elena's 3rd birthday.
She said, well, take me to where my mommy's at. And I said, well, I can't. And she said, why not? I said, we don't know where she's at.
There's only one person of interest that the Lee County Sheriff's Office hasn't cleared, Gary Potter. That's whose phone Jessica used at the Deep South on the 18th to send messages on Facebook, and who she was reported to be with at Cowboy Bill's on Sylvester Road, wearing all black. But none of her comings and goings from the motel can be verified because the surveillance footage had been written over. Potter's truck was later seized and a strand of hair taken into evidence.
There's 2 plausible stories. It's very difficult because until I get that proof, I can't even go into the realm of her not being in this world.
Johnson has searched down by the Flint River, local landfills, and even hired a private investigator. At one point, Johnson was even taking tips herself, including about evidence found and never disclosed to the public.
Like a notebook of hers, for instance. 6 months after she went missing, was laying in a parking lot on Oglethorpe in the bright sun in 99-degree temperatures, and it was not weathered. Somebody had just dropped it out there.
In the early days of the search for Jessica, APD and then WAOB reported she had been spotted at the Luxury Inn in Albany. This was a false sighting with severe consequences. Many out-of-state organizations stopped the search for Jessica, according to Johnson. True crime podcasts and Facebook sleuths have gone down many a rabbit hole, chasing answers as to what could have happened to Jessica, but none have led to her.
The first story was that she had OD'd, or been given a hot shot, and thrown in the river. And the second one's Pick Avenue, and her being seen in the deep freezer.
That strand of hair, still to be tested at Lee County Sheriff's Office, could bring Johnson the answers she's been waiting for the past 4 years. Just this week, the Sheriff's Office told me they are contacting the GBI and FBI to see what types of testing can be done on the hair. But Elena's only birthday wish is for her mom to be at her party.
I hope she is there because I really want her to have a good time with us. Like, she can still be in your heart.
For WAOB, I'm Jamie Worsley, your hometown news source.
For the first time, 6-year-old Reyna Ditezel is appealing to the public for information in her mom's disappearance.
In an exclusive interview, WLB News 10's Jamie Worsley sits down with those close to the case as they reveal some undisclosed evidence. New hope now in finding Jessica Vance Ditezel 4 years later.
My name's Elena, and I like to go to school and do homework and play outside and watch movies and eat snacks.
Elena has already picked out a dress.
All right, guys. I don't know if that's working. Or could y'all hear that? For some reason, it's not coming. The sound is not coming through on my phone. Can y'all see me and hear me? Oh, I might have to go out of the stream and come back in to see if that'll fix it because that's driving me crazy. Anyway, I hope you could hear that. Hey, Marissa, good. Marissa said she could hear it. Good. Yep, Dandy says all these poor babies without parents. I know, this so sad. Like I said, if you I don't know. Hold on, let me check some. My sound on my phone is turned up. I don't know why I can't hear or most of it. Okay. I'm going to go out of the stream right quick and then come back in. Hopefully I'll be back to see if that fixes it because I have a lot of video clips short video clips that I want to show tonight, and I want to be able to hear it so I know that they're working. So hopefully I will be right back, guys. Stand by. All right, I'm back. I don't know if that fixed anything or not, but I don't know. That just bugs me that that I couldn't hear. I don't know why the sound's not working on my phone. But anyway, hello, Junior Johnson. Junior is here from Kentucky. Good to have you here, Junior. I know it's late for you. You're still up. No, it's always good to have Junior here. I hope you're doing good, Junior. It says he is in Kentucky. So I'm assuming you're with your family members, family member you're taking care of. As always, I hope your family is doing well. Thoughts, prayers, and good vibes to you, Junior. So thank you for being here, at least for a little while. Gail said that she heard most of the clip. Like I said, I don't know why I couldn't hear it on my end, but at any rate. All right. So once again, my slides are, so we went on Nicole, we did Jessica. Okay, that is Elena. That was the little girl, Jessica's daughter that you saw in the video. Didn't that just break your heart? That poor little baby. I'm missing her mama. And I had I don't know if I still have it bookmarked. In my missing person Monday, I think I probably deleted off my bookmarks. There was a recent article in, once again, I'll put it back on Jessica, that said they heard, or they had a kind of a break in the case. They have a person of interest. They did find a hair in this person of interest vehicle, pickup truck. I think it probably told in the story there. I couldn't hear it. So, and I don't know. They were going to get it tested to see if it belonged to Jessica, because this person of interest claimed that he didn't know Jessica, but either her phone or his phone pinged in the same area about the time that she went missing. So it's just a sad story all around. All right, next we have this is one from Arkansas. This is Taylon Anderson Hall. I featured him within the last week or so. He is still missing. He is 17 years old, 6 foot tall, 130 pounds. He was reported as a runaway on February 29th of this year to the Van Buren Police Department. He was last seen on February 29th around 7 p.m. He was wearing a red shirt, black ripped pants, and blue and white Nike shoes. It says that he may be in the Fort Smith area. So if anyone has any information on Taylon's whereabouts, please contact Corporal J. Hernandez at 479-471-5057. Let's see. Oh, Chris Gideon is here. Hey, Chris, good to see you. Chris runs the group, admin in the group, the cold cases group that I was telling you guys about earlier. He and Mind of Monsters invited me to join the group. And so it's good to have you here, Chris, and maybe some other people from the group. I see there's 9 people here. That's a good crowd for me, especially on a weeknight. So welcome everybody that's popped in. Welcome lurkers. Welcome everybody in chat. Welcome to anybody and everybody. If you're new here, if this is your first time, welcome. And like I said, if you want to say hi, you can. If not, you can lurk. That's fine. So welcome, Chris. It's good to have you here. I don't know if you heard, but all the missing persons that I'm featuring tonight, or most of them, are all the ones that I featured, or some of the ones that I featured in the Missing Person Monday video. All cases, missing persons, cold cases from the cold cases group. So I'm re-featuring them tonight. So get even more exposure and awareness to them. Yep, and Chris also helps out, he says, on other true crime groups, or not true crime groups, but missing persons cold case groups. And I've joined, I think he's been sending me links in my Facebook group. So while I'm on that, please do check me out on Facebook. I have a group and a page. I do post things in the group and the page that I don't post here on, I almost said Facebook, on YouTube. So you will get extra content. Plus, I have the links to these other cold case groups that I'm in, that Chris and other people that are in the cold cases group have invited me to join. So check it out. You can find the links in the about section of my page. I can't remember if I put them in the description box of this live stream. But all the important links you can find in the About section of my page, on my channel, or any of my mods can throw them in there if they have time. So I'll get to my shameless plugging at the end. All right. Let's see what we got going. Yeah, Chris, I'm gonna see if I can get them to share. Yes, I will share. Put the links in the comment section when I get done with the live stream of all the cold case groups, Facebook groups. I will do it right now, but I'm going through StreamYard and it's hard for me to go. I'm afraid if I start going back and forth, I'll crash everything. But I'll definitely get them on there. Like I said, you can anybody can go to my Facebook group or page. I have the links to the cold cases and all the other Facebook groups I'm in. I have those links, I think, pinned to the feature section of my group at the top, so you guys can go check that out, and you can go get to them from there. Like I said, I will put them here on the live stream chat or comment section after the stream. All right. We still have a silver alert for Mr. Robert William Brown Jr. from around the Texarkana area. So anybody down in the Texarkana area, the southwest part of on the Texas-Arkansas border, he is 77 years old. He has been missing since, make this full screen so I can kind of read it a little bit better. Mr. Brown has been missing since February 29th of this year from Texarkana. 77 years old, 5'10", 175 pounds. White male, gray hair, blue eyes, and it says he was last seen walking on foot at around or on February 29th. He was probably wearing the hat and the jacket that are pictured. It's that what to me looks like the cap looks like kind of a camouflage military issue type hat, and then the gray jacket or the tan jacket there. And I do have an article, a little bit of an update, or not an update, but just give some information. Go back out and go back in. Telling you guys, if I didn't have technical difficulties, it wouldn't be a live stream for me. There we go. So this comes from TexarkanaFYI.com, and it is from, what date is it from? March 7th. So it says the Miller County Sheriff's Department has issued an information update in their search for the missing Miller County man, Robert William Brown, 77. Mr. Brown was last seen on March 1st in the area of Private Road 1209 on Highway 82. So when it says private road, being that I live in a very small town, rural area in the country, whenever it says private road, it's most likely a very rural, out kind of maybe out in the middle of nowhere area. The search has intensified as multiple agencies and volunteers have joined the effort. Miller County Sheriff's Office issued a plea to the public urging anyone with information about Mr. Brown's whereabouts to contact them at 870-774-3001. Since his disappearance, the community has rallied together in a coordinated search operation. Today, the search operation expanded with more resources deployed compared to previously. Additional dog teams, ground teams, a civil air patrol plane have been mobilized to assist in the search. Notably, it says the civil air patrol has deployed 3 ground teams, and the Arkansas game wardens are also actively involved. So that leads me to believe, like I said, they're searching wooded areas, any bodies of water that could be in that area. Because whenever they bring fish and game, as we call it here, Arkansas game warden, fish and game in, they usually help with the ground searches, wooded areas, and the like. It says various organizations have come forward to support the search operation. The Red Cross provided breakfast, while the Baptist Men's Association supplied lunch for the volunteers and search teams. Christian Aid Ministries, operating from Arkansas and Oklahoma, is leading the search planning efforts. In a recent update, Miller County Sheriff's Office detectives have been actively distributing flyers in downtown Texarkana and around homeless shelters to gather any potential leads. Businesses along Highway 82 going towards Texarkana and residential areas heading in that direction have also been canvassed. Additionally, search warrants have been secured to examine Mr. Brown's bank accounts for any recent activity that might provide clues to his whereabouts. So I don't know, because it did say in articles or updates that I've read that he's believed to be on foot, not in a vehicle. So that's even scarier, even more dangerous. So I don't know if they think he may have been using his bank accounts, or maybe somebody else has been trying to access his bank accounts. But at any rate, they did get the search warrant to check. The collaborative effort involves agencies from various counties, including Grant and Howard counties, as well as Sebastian, Bowie County search and rescue team, along with their dog team, is also, participating in the search. As the search for Mr. Brown continues, Miller County Sheriff's Office urges the public to reach out with any information that could aid in locating him. Detective Poole can be reached at 870-774-3001. As the search efforts persist, the community remains hopeful that Mr. Brown's safe return. For those wishing to provide information, please contact the Miller County Sheriff's Office once again at 870-774-3001. So that is kind of an update on Mr. Brown. And he does, like I said, he's 77 years old. I believe he has either Alzheimer's or dementia. I say he left on foot. Like I said, it's going on 2 weeks or so now. Scary situation. So trying to get caught up in comments. So a very sketchy situation, like I said, on foot. The weather here hasn't been, I'm burning, sweating right now. I'm glowing. Anyway, the weather here is in that in between. The nights are chilly, the days are nice, but tomorrow we have some very bad weather coming in. Tomorrow, overnight tomorrow, they're talking about bad storms, maybe tornadoes. So I'm so worried about this one. As you know, I worry about all of them, but this one is, the longer, because we had the one gentleman. It wasn't from Arkansas, but shame on me, I forgot his name already. That we kept up with so long, and he had wandered off, or he had gotten in his truck and left to look for his dog, and he was missing for weeks and weeks and months, and they eventually unfortunately found him deceased in his truck. So let's hope that Mr. Brown here is, maybe alive and well somewhere. If he has Alzheimer's or dementia, anybody and I used to be working in the home health care industry or home health care, and I work with a lot of Alzheimer's and dementia patients. So he may not know who he is, where he's at, can give anybody any information. So let's hope that he's somewhere being taken care of until they can find his family. Okay, Chris says, after is okay for your next live. Yes, I will definitely. Like I said, I did. I got up early today. The time change for some reason has affected me worse this year than it usually does. So I've been wanting to sleep in really late, and then I'll be up all night, or I'll be up all night and finally get to sleep. And like I said, I was laying down watching a little bit of news earlier and on TV, and next thing I knew, I was waking up and it was 8 o'clock, and I'm like, oh crap, I got to start my live stream at 8:30. So I apologize for being even more loopy than I already am. But I will get but anyway, I spent the day doing updates and my slideshows, because the stories that some of the stories I'm gonna bring, or the news we're gonna talk about tonight, there was updates from when I did my slideshow the night before. So I did that all day. So Chris says Texarkana, Texas, and Arkansas has a very cold case that freaks you out. Which cold case is it, Chris? Let me know. I might know which one you're talking about. Yeah. Like I said, I do have planned things I'm gonna talk about, but in the true crime in the news, we can talk about if anybody has a case or any news in any case, or cold case, current case that you guys want to talk about. Any new information, throw it in the chat. If you're here live, or throw it in the comment section if you're watching the replay, and we can talk about whatever is pertinent. But yeah, Chris, just tell me what case you're talking about. Yes, Gail said, does he have dementia? Yes, I believe it is said he has either Alzheimer's and or dementia, or both. But yes, that's another. And like I said, I was a home health caregiver for 10 years, and I worked with a lot of Alzheimer and dementia patients. And you have to live in their world, especially with Alzheimer's. Now with dementia, it's depending on how advanced the dementia is. Usually dementia patients are more coherent, but if you're working with Alzheimer's patients, and plus when my grandmother was still alive, bless her heart, she lived till 90. She was 93 years old when she passed. But she did have advanced dementia, and some days she knew. Some days she was aware, and some days she wasn't. And the first thing that they taught us when working with Alzheimer and dementia patients is you have to live in their world. If they think it's whatever year, you go along with it, and that's that year. If they think, because my grandfather had passed before she did, and some days she knew that he was, not here any longer, and then some days she didn't. So just whatever world they're in, that's the world that you're in. You go to their world because they can't come to your world. It's very sad, it's very sad, but then again, it's very rewarding and fulfilling to. I enjoyed my time working as a home health caregiver, but it is very demanding. Not so much physically, but mentally and emotionally, it takes a toll on you. So after 10 years, I had to give it up. But I do go in and visit my some of my former clients that I had, just to check up on them, because they do become family. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked as usual, but that's okay. Yes, that's a good. Gail says, I wonder if someone picked him up. Bless his heart. Yes, that's what I'm hoping is, with like I said, talking about the dementia and Alzheimer's, maybe he can't, is in a state where he can't, doesn't know, can't give anybody any of his information or anything. And maybe he's at a hospital or some kind of facility where they're taking care of him. So hopefully that is the case. Chris says, is there any cases like this in the same area? Not that I know of. Like I said, oh gosh, you guys remind me, the gentleman he was an older gentleman too. He had gone out to, and it wasn't from Arkansas, maybe from Oklahoma or Texas. I just have so many mental sticky notes in my head of all the missing persons and cold cases. But he was on oxygen. He was diabetic. He had gone out to look for his dog. Drove off in his truck, which is very unusual for him. For that, I can't think of his name. But anyway, he ended up, unfortunately, they did find him deceased in his vehicle. And I have kept up with that case. As a matter of fact, I was just looking for updates for a COD with him, but with him, I would think it's probably natural causes, since they did find him in his truck and he had all these health problems. He had COPD. He relied on oxygen. He was diabetic, so he didn't have his insulin. They said he did have his oxygen tank with him, but they didn't know how much oxygen was in it. So, and I, for the life of me, can't think of his name right now. But let's hope Mr. Brown is alive. Dandy. Yeah, Dandy, I know I have trouble with autocorrect too, but Dandy said, that's sad. I hope they find him soon. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. Gail says, can you imagine not knowing where you are or how you got there? Yes, that is, it's tough. Having either a family member, like I said, my grandmother had most definitely dementia, maybe on the verge of Alzheimer's. Like I said, she had her good days and her bad days. Some days she knew, and the reason I said that we don't think she had actual Alzheimer's, or if it was just early stages, she always recognized us. Now it might have taken a minute for her to recognize us, when her kids and grandkids, great grandkids came to visit her. But she did always, know who we were, but she would have days, like I said, where she thought my grandfather was still alive, and then she'd have days, where she knew he was gone. So it's very, very rough. You have to have a lot of patience, to work with the Alzheimer's, with Alzheimer's dementia patients. But yeah, like I said, you have to live in their world because they can't live in our world, as they put it. But yeah, I just couldn't imagine. Yes, thank you. Gail says, God help Mr. Brown, let him be safe. Absolutely. Yeah, Junior says, I own a store and we had a gentleman come in and didn't know where he was and how to get home. It was sad. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And in that case, all you can do is usually call either 911 or the local police department. Or if they usually say call 911 or your local police department if you ever encounter anybody that you suspect might be having a medical condition such as Alzheimer's, dementia, or any other kind of medical problem. That around here. And when my grandmother started getting really bad, before we had to eventually take her car keys away from her because she was not safe for her to drive anymore. Luckily, anybody who's watched my channel before knows I live in a very small town, less than 2,000, so everybody knows everybody, so they would be on the lookout for her. And we started getting calls, she's here, she doesn't know, so we finally had to, unfortunately, take her keys, and of course after that we took her everywhere she wanted to go, to church and run errands and anywhere she wanted to go. She had to go get her hair fixed every week. But yeah, it's a hard situation to deal with. Oh yeah, the Texarkana Moonlight homicides. Yes, Chris, I know that case. That's an old case. Actually, I've done what I call what did I call it? It's in my playlist of true crime shorts or true crime something. I did a very short video on the Texarkana Moonlight. I can't say the N word on here. Homicides. But yes, I'm going to probably do a longer video on that, because that one I did was when I first started my channel. And I encourage you guys to watch any and all of my videos, but please forgive the ones when I first started out 2 years ago when I first started doing this, because they're very bad. Worse than these are. If you think these are bad, I used to watch them, but anyway, I would hope that I've improved a little bit. But yeah, regardless of how bad I am in the videos, I give the information is good. But yeah, I'm gonna have to revisit the Texarkana, that case you're talking about. Very, very bizarre. And I'm trying to think of when it was from. It's very old, like maybe back in the 50s or 60s. So yes, I've definitely heard of that one, Chris. Yeah, I'm not laughing at the situation. Sorry, my cat is. Gail says, once when I worked at a nursing home in Dallas, I had to grab a gown, go in my car, and retrieve a patient that got out and was walking in the nude. I chased him down. Yes, my mom right now works. She works in dietary in the kitchen, cooking at our nursing home here in the town that I live in, and she says there's a, and I'm not laughing to make fun, but just she says there's a lot of, they have a lot of them that run around, try to get out the doors. Of course, most nursing homes have all the doors are locked. You have to have the code to punch in to get in and out. But yeah, she says there's a lot of them that are, they'll be sitting in the dining area during either breakfast, lunch, or supper, whatever it may be, and all of a sudden she'll come out and to refill a plate or the whatever, and there'll be somebody in the middle of the dining room, you know, bearing all. So yeah, it's just kind of funny and sad at the same time. Not obviously not making fun of it, but yeah, it's just, I guess what I worked with older patients, like I said, doing my home health caregiving for so long that nothing phases me anymore. I could be out at, Walmart, and I did did a stint. I worked for before I started caregiving, I worked for 15 years at a Walmart. So stuff you see in Walmart is sometimes worse than stuff you see in nursing homes. But anyway, so nothing phases me anymore. Between working at Walmart with the retail for 15 years, I worked food service 10 years before that, and then did home health. So I've seen it all, done it all, so nothing phases me anymore. I'm just like, yeah, just another day at the office. But yeah, my mom says, yeah, they like to get a little rowdy sometimes at the nursing home, but she said, there are a lot of sweet patients there. Yes, thank you, Dandy, Mr. Morrison, Jack Morrison, Oklahoma. Thank you so much. I don't know, like I said, my mind is not awake yet. Not awake yet. Yes, Mr. Jack Morrison was the one. Thank you, Dandy. Yep, unfortunately, Mr. Morrison's case didn't end up the way that we wanted it to, but at least they were able to find him. And because, I'm gonna get teary-eyed again. He had been married to his wife. They had been married for, I believe, 42 years, and probably together for before they got married. So I can't imagine if I had a spouse, being with somebody for probably close to 50 years, and then all of a sudden they're just gone. Breaks my heart. Yep, I can tell Gail has, with her comments, has, like you said, worked at nursing homes and with patients. Yep, sometimes these folks with dementia just want to go and they can walk. Yes, they can definitely walk fast. And even if they're in a wheelchair, they can wheel that wheelchair fast. Because I had a client I worked with in one of the towns that I worked in, and she didn't really have dementia or Alzheimer's, but she was a very strong-willed lady. 82, 81, 82, I believe, when I started working with her. And we would get in a very big Walmart supercenter, and she did not have a motorized wheelchair. It was just one of them that you push, manually with your hands. I turn around in 2 seconds and she would be gone, and it'd take me an hour and a half to find her. So yeah, I see what you're saying, Gail. Yeah, Dandy, or Gail was asking Dandy who's Jack Morrison. That was the other missing person Gail, that I was, excuse me, trying to think of earlier, that we followed for so long. It's been, a couple of months ago or longer. because I think he was missing for a couple of months before, unfortunately, they found him deceased. Yeah, Junior, that's, Junior says, we called the police, talking about the person that came in, the store you owned, says we called the police. He had a note in his wallet that explained his condition and his address and phone number. His family came and got him. Yes, that is common, either to have a medical bracelet that they wear, or there's like little card things that they give that put, like you said, in a man's wallet or a woman's pocketbook or purse that explains, this person has either Alzheimer's, dementia, whatever the case may be. Please contact, and it gives phone numbers and addresses. So yeah. That is very common and a very good idea. I'm sorry, I almost called you Melissa. We have a Melissa that pops in. Marissa from Australia says, I have epilepsy, and sometimes after a seizure, I forget names, places, and very basic things. It is extremely distressing. Couldn't imagine being like it all the time. Yes, I've read about epilepsy and people who have seizures, and if they're bad enough, when they come to, they don't have usually most of the time don't have memory of what happened. So bless your heart. Thoughts, prayers, and good vibes to you, Marissa, always. I hope you're doing okay. Well, thank you, Chris. Chris says, I watch your content because you are sincere and don't disappoint. Thank you so much. Yeah. Like I said, I do it for the right reasons, not just for clicks and likes and shares and subscribers, although those things are important only because they help bring the information to more people. But yeah, I just, that's what I'm here for, to bring, of course, I've always been since I was old enough to know what true crime was, I've always been interested in true crime, like the serial offenders, growing up. And I think Helter Skelter was one of the first books I ever remember reading, which I probably read Helter Skelter when I was way too young to be reading it. But anyway, as I got older and matured, I became passionate about what I truly understanding the families and the victims behind all the true crime I've been reading about. So that's when I got passionate about missing persons, cold cases, and I had been on YouTube, but not with a channel, but just I would get on YouTube and watch, as I say, my puppy and kitty videos and my 80s hairband videos. And then when the Idaho 4 Koberger case happened, that nothing like that had happened in so long, it just blew my mind and consumed my mind. And I, watched everything they showed on TV about it. And then when was nothing else on TV about it, I turned to YouTube and found the YouTube True Crime World, and very quickly learned what channels to watch and what channels not to watch. And because some people do it just for this, to sensationalize it and to get, like I said, the clicks and all that stuff. And then there are people, the ones that I stick to, the channels that I watch on a regular basis. And if you go to the homepage of my channel, scroll down to where it says visit our friends below, all those channels listed there are the ones, my favorite ones, about the only ones that I watch on a regular basis, because they are the good ones. They're not, they're in it for the right reasons, and they're no hype, no BS, no baiting, no trolling, no sensationalizing. Is that the right word? Anyway, but thank you, Chris. I appreciate you. Yep, Gail Sarah says at least someone had the sense to leave that note. Yeah, like I said, with the dementia, Alzheimer's patients, it's older than I thought it was. The Texarkana Moonlight case, 1946. I knew it was old, very old. I didn't remember it was that old, but yeah, very old case. Yes, Gail, it was the one found in this truck, Mr. Morrison. I'm almost caught up in the comments again, and then we'll get to the next one here. This is good news. This is Iris Crum. She had gone missing from, I believe, Houston, Texas. They had put out an Amber Alert for her. I do have a video clip if I can get it to. I hope it'll work. Yes, thank you. We'll get that comment. Dandy says, I do not visit channels that don't respect the families and the deceased. Absolutely. Dandy knows. Dandy knows. And so far, my community and I share, sorry, my nose is itching. Allergy season down here in the South. I share my community with other awesome, my favorite channels like Mr. Steve and Mrs. Steve at True Crime Web. Chris from the Mob Crew, Carolyn from Unearthed Secrets. She works with Mr. Steve and Chris from the Mob Crew and that whole team. They go out and actually free of charge help families try to find their missing loved ones and bring closure to cold cases. I know Mr. Steve has said he has been out on the road this week. I don't know how long he'll be out there. He said it depended on how the weather was, but at least 7 to 10 days. I just completely lost my train of thought. But yeah, so definitely check out True Crime Web, Chris at the Mob Crew, Carolyn at Unearthed Secrets. She is a geophysicist. She works with the ground penetrating radar and all that stuff. When they're looking for, when they're out in the field on the road looking for remains. The think tank, Miss Frankie Rose, check her out. She's awesome. I haven't seen Dave tonight, but Dave, our friend Dave, Out on the Prowl is his channel. He does usually very late night, early morning live streams on on the weekends. Definitely check Dave out. And I know him for Ruckus Rocks. I watch him a lot. I'm trying to think. Just go, like I said, go to the homepage of my channel and scroll down, and all the links are there. So yes, Dandy is right. Yep, Gail says, yes, stick to the facts. I like it. Yep. It's good to hear that. Marissa says, thank you for the prayers. I've been very lucky to get good control with your medication. Excellent. Yep. Chris says, preach, Dandy. Yeah, Dandy can preach, let me tell you. Yeah. All right, so let me see once again. Take this down. I'm gonna have to do it through my phone. See if I can get the video for Iris to play. So again, I'll have to. Luckily, I saved all the videos in one folder. Make sure I got the right one. I think it's that one.
9 long days. 7-year-old Iris Crum has been found.
Let me know
safe
if you can
in
hear it,
Texas.
guys.
Her mother and stepfather have now been taken into custody. Our Dryden quickly joins us live here in the studio to share her father's reaction. Dryden, what did he have to say?
If you can't hear it, just let me know in chat.
This morning at 5 a.m., Anthony Crum got the call that Iris had been found. He's now making the 12-hour drive to be reunited with her. A drive that sounds long to many of us, but for him, says it's the easiest drive he's ever had to make.
Please.
From tears of sadness last week to tears of relief.
Words can't describe how I feel right now.
Anthony Crum says he's never been happier to wake up at 5 a.m. to a phone call from police.
Because we found Iris, we have her, and I immediately started to break out in tears.
Police found 7-year-old Iris Crum just outside of Houston, Texas, with her non-custodial mom, Kayla Soretta. Soretta was arrested for felony child abduction and custodial interference. Her husband, Ethan Soretta, was also arrested on charges including felony aggravated kidnapping and giving false information to police officers. This all comes after Iris was supposed to be returned to her dad on March 1st, but she never showed up. An endangered child alert was issued until Friday when police say they got new information and elevated it to an Amber Alert.
I wish I could send each individual a gift basket, but my heart goes out to all of you.
Anthony is now just hours away from being reunited with his daughter in person.
I wish I could get there faster. It's been a great reunion so far over the phone. I've got to talk to her a couple times, and boy, does she miss me. And I miss her so much.
Police said Iris looks, quote, happy as can be. Her dad says the first thing he's going to do is give her a big bear hug, but he says there will be a lot of emotional conversations in the coming weeks that'll have to happen to help Iris move past this. Courtney.
All right, I couldn't hear it. I hope you guys could hear it. I kept, Marissa said you could hear it, and Gail put a 1 in the chat. I don't know what, I can't hear anything on my phone. But anyway, yes, I just saw a comment. Yes, Junior, I put it up on, but Junior said it's past his bedtime. He's heading to bed. Thank you, Junior, for being here. Always good to have Junior here. Always good to have everybody here. Yes, Truth and Justice channel. Yes, Truth and Justice channel is a good channel. I watch that every once in a while. Yep, Miss Gail says, praise glory. Yep, a happy ending. We love happy endings. Yep, Dandy says, I needed a happy ending story. It's been heavy the last few weeks. Absolutely, yes. And just look at that beautiful little face there on that smile there on that beautiful little baby girl. Thank goodness she has been found, and she is back safe with her biological dad, and the mother and stepfather are in custody. All right, so that is little Iris, a happy ending, thank goodness. Always good to have a happy ending. All right, we'll see what we got next. This is Takahi Shelby. This is our wanted person for the night. This she is wanted. There has been a nationwide arrest warrant for felony kidnapping resulting in homicide, and this is out of Arkansas for Takahi Shelby. This is regarding the Amir Ellis case. Anybody who does not know, I have to lose my stylist. Anybody who does not know about the Amir Ellis case, I do have a playlist with all the videos I've done on Amir's case, so you can watch that to get caught up. But Takahi Shelby could be anywhere in the United States. She apparently is on the run. So if you see her, call your local, call 911 or local authorities, and we need to get her in custody so she can pay the price for her role that she played in Amir's kidnapping and death. So that was our wanted person. All right. Oh, I forgot to put, anyway. We will get into our stories now that we're well, I'm not too bad, hour and 15 in. Yeah, Marissa says, always good to have a good, always good to hear a good outcome. Absolutely. Yeah, we've had so many lately. Madeline, Elijah, Audrey, yep. Sebastian, yes. Most definitely. Yeah, Chris says on Sebastian's case, we're still waiting for answers. But yeah, who knows? Hopefully, I've always thought, and this is just my opinion, that they're from the very beginning when I first heard about Sebastian's case, I was like, you know, at first I wasn't, but then they said when they started saying that there was, and I'm not, you know, blaming anybody or trying to say anybody had anything to do with this, you know. But you know, the mom had said that when she had not seen him, he went to bed at like 10:30 or 10 that Sunday night. I believe it's a Sunday night. When she got up that Monday morning to help to get him up for school, he wasn't gone. But then somebody, her or somebody else, made a statement that he had been seen leaving the home wearing all black, carrying a flashlight. I'm still confused as to where that story comes from, if it came from the mom or somewhere else. But it was reported in all the local credible news sources and reports. So I've always thought from the beginning, and then they said that there's no video. He has not shown up on any video surveillance footage. And I do have a video clip on just some neighbors when we get to his case. Some neighbors talking about him, who lived in the same neighborhood, known him all his life. Yes, that Dandy says there's more at play with Sebastian, in my opinion. Yeah, there's something, I don't, it might not, and Chris said he agreed. It may not be the family, but because he lived with his biological mom and his stepfather. When he went missing, the stepfather was in Memphis. He does some kind of construction crane work. He was in Memphis. He wasn't there at the time. His biological father, Sebastian's biological father, I can't remember where he lived, how close he is. And I do have, like I said, in Sebastian's case, maybe I do have, I think I did add, I hope I remembered it. The first really interview that Sebastian's bio dad has given, I think I have that video clip. I hope I remember to, because when I do my video clips, I screen record them off, because if I try to share screen through StreamYard, it won't play videos, because I go through the Wi-Fi hotspot on my phone. As Dandy says, my swamp signal couldn't handle playing a video, so I just screen record them on my phone and then edit them down and save on my video editor that I have. And that's how I play my video clips. But I think I remember to include the video clip of Sebastian's biological dad, the first and only interview that I've seen that apparently that he's given since Sebastian went missing. Yes. Okay. So Marissa says, I am confused about Sebastian's case. I keep seeing that the dogs couldn't pick up a scent. See, that's what I heard. And then she says, but then I saw his dad say his scent was traced to a construction site. I missed that somehow. But yeah, that was another thing. They'd said that they brought in a scent dog, a tracking dog, and that they couldn't track his scent out of the house or out of the yard. So yeah, this is just a very confusing, and in my opinion, and it sounds like you guys too, are very, very suspicious. Something's going on. Like I said, it may not be the mom, although interviews I've watched with her, she gives some very confusing statements. But I think it's definitely somewhere within that realm, that neighborhood, maybe friends. I don't know, friends of the family. I don't know, but there's definitely something hinky going on. Yes, I think we were talking about this earlier in Discord. Dandy says his dad said he was terrified of bugs because he's autistic. Dandy says his dad said he was terrified of bugs. That child did not walk off in the dark with no shoes. Absolutely. Being autistic. And I think when me and Dandy were chatting in Discord, I have a good friend who has an autistic son. That boy, and he's 17 or 18 now, he would not leave the house without shoes on or anything. I mean, yeah, that be very unusual, even, for, I think they said Sebastian was what they call high functioning autism. But yeah, but still would not leave the house without shoes on. Yeah, most definitely. Yes, Marissa says also saw it confirmed that his dad is a law enforcement deputy. Yes. Absolutely, Gail. Gail says, I hope they find him safe soon. I do too. Gail says, weird. He might be under the house or he got in a car with someone. See, that's what, and see, They've also, within the last week or so, said that they are still going to be searching for Sebastian, but they are going to move into an investigation. And I have heard it reported on some news clips I've watched. It is a criminal investigation. So I don't know if the police, of course, obviously the police know a lot more than we do. But when they said it's moving into an investigation and a criminal investigation, maybe they have received some kind of information or something they've seen, some kind of information that's leading them to believe that he was abducted or something happened. Somebody close to him something may have happened. Yeah, worries me too. Chris says that kind of worries me. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, Chris says kind of like Summer Wells. Absolutely. Yeah, there's just so many of these cases with these kids. It's just endless, endless. It's heartbreaking. All right, I think I'll put up in chat again. Let's see the first thing. Oh, so we have, speaking of, let me finally get the article going. Stephan or Stephen, whatever. I don't even like saying his name. The Madeline Soto case. He has 60 new charges. Hopefully my article will come up. Taking its sweet time as usual. So Stephen or Stephan, however you say this, has 60 new charges. It's coming up slowly but surely. This is from Fox 35 Orlando. It will come up. I have to close it out and do a new tab. This is another horrifying case, Madeline Soto and the POS that close it out and start a new tab. Sorry guys. This is the nature of a live stream, especially my live streams. And my swamp signal's not working too good right now. Thank you, Dandy, for that. She called it a swamp signal, I think, referring to Mind of Monsters, because Mind of Monsters is in Florida with the swamp, but I have to find another article to use. Come on. Well, I'm waiting to see if this will come up. Let's see. Marissa says, did anyone else see the home security footage of the two lights moving around? No, I have not seen that. Are you talking? Is that the Sebastian case? I have not seen that. I have to check that out. As far as I know, they haven't found him. According to reports, they haven't found him on any or seen him on any surveillance footage in the neighborhood. Absolutely, Chris. Chris says SS needs locked away and the key thrown away. Yep, he needs to be. In my opinion, he needs to be under the jail or somewhere worse. All right, there. Okay, it came up. So this is from Fox 35 Orlando. It is from the 12th. So I don't even know what today is, the 13th. So it was from yesterday. Stephen Stearns faces 60 new charges in Madeline Soto disappearance case, police say. The state attorney's office on Tuesday filed 60 new criminal charges against Stephen Stearns, the quote prime suspect in the disappearance and death of Madeline Soto, 13-year-old girl whose body was found in Osceola County. After she was thought to be missing for a week, Stearns has not yet been charged for Madeline's passing as of Tuesday, which was yesterday. Stearns, who's the boyfriend of Madeline's mother, Jennifer, has been charged with 8 counts of SA of a child under 12, 5 counts of SA with a child 12 to 18, 7 counts of lewd and lascivious SA, 40 counts of unlawful possession of CSAM, 10 or more images. So it's just horrible things on that phone. It says the 36-page affidavit obtained by Fox 35 details all 60 counts of what Stearns is accused of, but they are choosing not to release the details listed in the affidavit due to their graphic nature. Absolutely. The document does not name a victim, but does include a date range of how long Stearns has allegedly been in possession of CSAM, when the alleged abuse started in 2019, allegedly June 19th, 2019. Apparently, they found videos going back to 2019 on his phone. And that range tops out on February 26th of 2024, the day that Maddie was last seen. A previous affidavit from the Kissimmee Police Department said that Stearns performed a factory reset. Accidentally, he said, performed a factory reset on his phone that day, the day that she went missing. While it remains unclear who the victim or victims are, if one of them is Madeline Soto, she would have been 8 years old when the alleged crimes began. See, the last article I read, it only went back 2 years. So apparently they found even more stuff that's gone back to 2019. Horrible. I want to say so much right now, but I'd get kicked off YouTube. The affidavit said that Stearns was in a, quote, position of familial or custodial authority when he allegedly committed some of these actions. It also remains unclear exactly how many images he was allegedly in possession of, but each count says he was in possession of, quote, 10 or more images. That means he could have been in possession of at least 400 images of, quote, any form of CSAM. And anybody that doesn't know what CSAM is, it's the new term that they've used for child. I can't say the whole word. So it's CSAM. When I refer to CSAM, it is child. Very bad stuff to do with children. So according to the affidavit, quote, the content of at least one image contains one or more of the following. Trigger, I should put up my banner, trigger warning for the whole live stream, trigger warning. Just the nature of things that we talk about in true crime. But it says the content of at least one image contains one or more of the following: a child who is younger than the age of 5. I can't even read these out loud. Basically, S&M involving, SA involving. I can't even read these on the screen, y'all. I will get flagged. The article, I believe the link to this article is, if you want to read it, is linked in the description section. I can't really even read this out loud. I would definitely get flagged 10 times over from YouTube. So yeah, read the article, and when it'll be listed under Madeline Soto /SS. I hope I remember to update it. But yeah, if you haven't read it, I can't read it. I can't read that stuff out loud. Woo. Anyway, horrible stuff. He will be arraigned on the charges on April 2nd, according to the state attorney's office. SA on a child under 12 is a capital felony and is punishable by life in prison or the DP if convicted. His other charges carry sentences of up to life in prison or 15 years in prison for each count. The Kissimmee Chief of Police, Betty Holland, said, quote, we appreciate the efforts of our partners in the state attorney's office in assistance with seeking justice for Madeline. With this being a complex case with many facets, our work is not done. We are continuing our investigation into the timeline leading up to Madeline's passing. He remains in custody at the Osceola County Jail after he was arrested February 28th on an unrelated charge. after he voluntarily turned his phone over to law enforcement during the search for Maddie, including things I can't say once again. The night of his arrest, the Orange County Sheriff's Office named him the prime suspect in Maddie's disappearance. The state attorney's office has been working closely with the Kissimmee Police Department and received evidence that gave us cause to file 4 more charges against him, according to State Attorney Andrew Bain. We appreciate the thoroughness and detailed attention of their investigation and will continue to work with our law enforcement partners to build a strong case against the defendant. The charges come just over 2 weeks after Madeline Soto's body was found on the afternoon of March 1st off of Old Hickory Tree Road in rural Osceola County. She was found in this area where he was last seen possibly changing a flat tire on Monday afternoon, wearing clothes similar to what she was last seen in. At 8:19, we have evidence that shows him returning to the complex, and Madeline was visible in the vehicle, and I believe that she was already deceased at that time. I'm trying to get to the information, the new. Since his arrest, he has not spoken to law enforcement about his alleged involvement. This is according to Sheriff Mina. On Saturday, he was a no-show in Osceola County Court. His lawyer didn't want the judge reading out the charges. What? Okay. I didn't know a lawyer could request for, of course, hopefully the judge didn't. It says his lawyer didn't want the judge reading out the charges. Former Orlando Police Chief Orlando Warlone said Stearns may have thought he could fool investigators. Another one that was thought he was smarter than he was. The police chief said, quote, "This is a perfect example of someone who probably thought, I can get away with this. And fortunately, everything is now pointing to the fact that he had now been caught for the homicide of this child." Absolutely. Another one that, once again, the phone technology, all those horrible, horrible things he has on his phone, apparently, is going to be his downfall and hopefully his conviction. Right, we get caught up in comments again. Sorry, my computer screen is trying to get it. Oh, I'm about to lose everything here. I'm about to knock my drink over, lose my paper. Oh, I'm sorry if I missed Gail Hurd leaving. Thank you, Gail. Gail says, she's, I think you meant waning fast. Gotta go. Be safe. Good night. Thank you, Gail, for being here. Always good to have Miss Gail here. Miss Gail is an angel. I always see her in Chris and the Mob Cruise chats and in True Crime Web, Mr. Steve's chats. She is always donating, gifting memberships. So everybody show some love to Gail. I don't even know if she's still here. I'm behind the comments, but thank you, Gail. And we're on our way to for this channel to be able to accept limited monetization. We've surpassed the 500, and I forgot to check how many watch hours. We're almost have the 3,000 watch hours where I can qualify for to do memberships, to accept super stickers and super chats. So that's what we're working towards. But thank you, Gail. Always a pleasure having Gail here. It's always a pleasure having everybody here. Everybody in chat, everybody who's lurking, anybody who's watching replay, thank you so much. Okay, Marissa, going back to Sebastian's case, Marissa says, you can't see anything but 2 lights moving. Apparently they were going to show more on Thursday news. Okay, so you're talking about this Thursday, because it's like tomorrow, because today, well, I know you're in Australia, but it's Wednesday night here. It's it's 10 o'clock already. We've been on here an hour and a half. Okay. So this Thursday, like it'd be tomorrow here. No, I'll have to check into that, Marissa. I haven't seen that. Yep. Gail Hurd says night. Thank you, Gail. Absolutely, Dandy. This case is infuriating. Poor Madeline. Okay, Dandy says, are you talking about Madeline's case? She says, this is my opinion only. I think mom is going to be arrested. Are you talking about Madeline's case or Sebastian? I'm behind in comments, so I don't know. But I could think, in either case, that might be possible. I'm still, like I said, Sebastian's case is still a little suspicious to me. Yep, Danny said child cases involving content CSAN. Yeah. Yeah, Marissa says, don't read, talking about says don't read them. He is a real POS. Yeah, like I said, when that article, and I skimmed over the article, but yeah, I could not read aloud everything that he was charged with and everything that was found on his phone, because I would have been kicked off, banned for life on YouTube if I would have read all that stuff out loud. Usually I can rephrase the way that thing, so you guys, but that stuff was so bad I couldn't even rephrase it in any way. So if you want to read it, like I said, there should be a link to it in the description. But yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. So like Marissa says, don't read it very disturbing stuff. Oh, Dandy has Dandy says, I read it once, never again. I got the unredacted PCA. I can't bring myself to read that. Oh, have you put that on Discord? I may want to skim over it or not. I don't. Maybe I don't. Just the stuff in this article, the tamed down version was bad enough. But Dandy, let me know if you have it on anybody's that Discords that we're in, because I know you're all about the documents. So I'm getting comments. Yeah, Marissa says, you're just hearing more and more of these unthinkables. I remember someone years ago when he was arrested saying, you don't understand how common this is, and it will continue to come to light. Yeah, unfortunately, it's for all the cases that we're bombarded with the 24/7 news cycles on all the social media platforms, 24/7, all the ones that we hear about. For probably every one that we hear about, there are 10 or more that we don't hear about. And that is the truly horrifying part of this, is that there's so many of these cases out there that we'll never know about. And makes me sick to my stomach, literally. Okay, gotcha. Marissa says he waived the charges being read because there were other inmates in the room and they didn't want them knowing what he was charged with. Yes, because even the worst, you could be the worst offender in there, but even other hardened criminals do not put up with people who mess with children. That's a big no-no. Maybe women too, but definitely children. Anybody who's in prison for anything to do with a child, that's usually they're put in what they call lockdown or solitary, or they're separated from the other prisoners just for their protection, because they, if the other inmates get wind of what they're in there for, they're gone for the most part. Yep, Danny said there are thousands of Madelines just in this country. Unfortunately, it's sickening. Absolutely. Yeah, Danny also says, for real, both cases, both moms are sus. Yeah, like I said, I don't ever like to family blame or anything, but something about the mom that just the statements and just I don't know. all the way around in the Sebastian case to me from the very beginning, and I thought it was just me being paranoid because I just researched so much true crime that I'm just, you know, plus I'm naturally paranoid anyway, but I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks that there's something hinky with the Sebastian's case. Thank you, Dandy. We'll send it to my PM. Gotcha. I'll check it tonight or tomorrow, depending on how late we're on here. Yeah, yeah. Marissa says, Madeline's case, I saw the redacted version. I'm fine not seeing anything that was under the black box. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, well, I hope you're okay, Michelle. Doing okay. Michelle C says, I'm listening but going to close my eyes, waiting on Dramamine to kick in, dealing with vertigo and nausea at the time. Oh, my goodness. Thoughts, prayers, and good vibes to you, my dear. I hope you get to feeling better, Michelle. Another one of my OGs, one of my mods. I hope you get to feeling better. I don't have vertigo a lot. I have had vertigo before, but nothing to the extent, you know, I had to lay down, of course. But so I hope you get to feeling better, Michelle. I think I'm caught up in comments once again. We'll see what we got next. Okay, this is Riley Strain, the young man, I believe, from Missouri, and I do have a short clip of he was in Nashville on what they call Broadway, which is kind of like the Bourbon Street in New Orleans or Beale Street in Memphis. Broadway in Nashville, it's just got a lot of bars and music and stuff. But I believe he was from Missouri. Let me find this article. He went missing. He was in Luke Bryan's. Apparently, Luke Bryan has opened a bar, chain, restaurant, whatever. And sorry, I thought I had all my things in order here, but anyway, he got kicked out of a bar there, and apparently I think I read in an article he was with 40 or 50 other of he was in college, his college buddies, and he got kicked out of the bar, and apparently none of his friends were with him. He ended up disappearing. There it is. Okay, sorry. Just trying to find the article. He disappeared. I have a feeling that oh, now Marissa's talking about spiders. All right, who brought up spiders? You guys know I don't like spiders. Just as here in Australia, the rock spiders all manage to find each other and they have their own pod. Okay, I don't want to read about spiders. It's all right. So apparently, all right, here it is. This is from WJHL, and it is from yesterday. Crews search along Nashville River for clues connected to missing students' disappearance. The family of missing University of Missouri student Riley Strain is still searching for any signs of the 22-year-old days after receiving a call that their son went missing after he was reportedly kicked out of a bar along Broadway. Once again, this is in Nashville. On Tuesday, March 12th, SWAT ads. The family joined authorities to search along the Cumberland River, which is less than a half mile from where his phone last pinged. So far, boats have searched along the riverbanks, trying to find any evidence that could help locate Strain. The Nashville Fire Department said the Office of Emergency Management was searching in one boat. Meanwhile, a private search crew had another boat. The family told News 2 that several people had reached out to them, which makes navigating the search a bit less daunting. In fact, one of those people was Metro Councilman Jacob Coupin. He says, I reached out to the family this morning. I woke up thinking about Raleigh and extended my offer for any support that the city of Nashville could give to them that were standing here by to support and help the search efforts. I just hope that wherever he is, we find him soon and find him safe and healthy. According to the Metro Nashville PD, officers have sent up a helicopter and had detectives searching on the ground. There have been no signs of strain. Now, surveillance video released by police shows one of the last times he was seen. Authorities said the video shows Strain crossing First Avenue North to Gay Street in downtown Nashville. Coupin says it's inspiring to see so many people in the area pitching in to search for the missing student. The downtown business owners have started to share video footage with MNPD, so we have a good network of footage to pull from in any incident. That network of footage has been used before in apprehending bad actors in situations. So it's nice to see this group of people downtown come together, drop what they're doing, and say, we've got to find this guy. Let's see what we can do to share resources for that effort. TC Restaurant Group sent the following statement regarding the search for Strain. It says, quote, TC Restaurant Group, operator and owner of Luke's 32 Bridge, is continuing to work closely with the Metro PD to provide security camera footage and any other potentially helpful information to aid in the search for Raleigh Strain. Our thoughts are with his family and loved ones for his safe return. If you have seen Raleigh or have any information about where he may be, call the Metro Nashville Police Department at 615-862-8600. So that is the latest that I found on Raleigh. And I do have a short clip. Once again, I hope you guys will be able to hear it. I don't think it has any sound to it though. I think it's like I haven't got the longer clip. I found the shorter, like 20-second clip. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. It's 24-second. You have to watch closely. It'll highlight him. Did I not? Hold on. There we go. You see him, he's highlighted right there. You see how he's kind of stumbling and going in circles? So he just went in a circle there and now he went out of frame. All right, so that was the video of Raleigh, the short. Now there's from what I understand, they've now released, like they said, a longer version. That is the first one I found, was that 20-second clip. I think I did watch a longer version, but you couldn't really tell which one he was. But in that 24-second clip, it highlighted him. And as you can see, he's, obviously had been, doing what college kids do. Nothing wrong with going out and having a little fun, having a few drinks. He ended up, for whatever reason or another, getting kicked out of the bar he was in, one of the bars they were in. Apparently, none of his buddies went with him to make sure he was okay. In my opinion, it's just my opinion. In my opinion, I think this is going to be a case of he's in an unfamiliar place. It was after dark. He'd probably had a few drinks, out walking, stumbling around by himself. It is the bar that he went missing or left was less than half a mile from the Cumberland River. Possible that he was walking around disoriented, didn't know where he was going. Like I said, he's very unfamiliar with Nashville. He's from Missouri, and he ended up in the water and unfortunately most likely drowned. Now if you guys have any other opinions about this, let me know. But there's so many cases that we've all heard and read about that involves People at bars having drinks, nothing wrong with that. They leave, might have had a little bit too much to drink. They're out walking near a body of water, especially after dark. You fall in and you drown. Of course, everybody's going to bring up the smiley face thing. To me, that's a lot of, in my opinion, a lot of mumbo jumbo. But anyway, I'm afraid that's what the case is going to be. And because I said they're searching the riverbanks, but as we all know, how hard it is to find vehicles in bodies of water, much less a person in a body of water. Let's hope that he's somewhere safe, but I just have a feeling, unfortunately, that he went into the water. But please, in the chat or in the replay, in the comments, if you're watching the replay, let me know what you guys think. Oh, I got you. Okay, Marissa. I was confused about where the spiders came from, so I can't put it on the screen, but I'll read. It says, Marissa says, in case you don't use the term rock spider in the USA, it is what they call child predators here in Australia. Gotcha. Okay, I gotcha. I was just read that comment you put about rock spiders all manage to find each other, or they have their own pod or block. I was like, what? Where did spider? Because I hadn't seen any other comments about spiders. I got you, Marissa. Thank you. I might have to use that term. I think I can use the term rock spider on YouTube, but maybe YouTube doesn't know what that means. Because like I said, when you're on YouTube, you have to be very creative because there are certain terms and phrases that you can't say. You're not supposed to say on YouTube, or they will flag you. You'll get a strike against your channel. And if you get too many strikes or you say something too bad, you either get they'll take your channel completely down, or they'll demonetize you, which right now I'm not monetized. But so thank you for explaining that, Marissa. I understand now. Thank you. Oh yeah, Chris got it. Yeah, says I think Marissa's talking about people who, yeah, got it. I'm slow, y'all. You guys, anybody who's been here long enough knows I'm slow. Yep, Dandy says get caught in the web. It's a never-ending web. Yep. I'm sorry. Yes, Marissa says, "Thank goodness someone can translate for me." I'm sorry, Marissa. I was just, I was lost there for a minute. Dandy sounds like me. Dandy says, "I'm from the U.S. I can barely keep up with English." I'm the same way, Dandy. You know me. Yep. Dandy Linus agrees. River, they're gonna find him there, in my opinion. Yep. I agree. Yeah, the Missouri is mighty, but I think it's the Cumberland River. But still, I've seen the news footage, and I think I did looked up on Google Maps or Google Earth or something. The Cumberland River is a big river too. Like I said, it doesn't take. People think that when it comes to people falling into water and drowning or being swept away, that it takes up a lot of water. It doesn't take that much water to, unfortunately, for someone to drown and to be, the current to take them. It doesn't take a whole lot of water, unfortunately. Yes, that's also true. Dandy says, I've read in comments that it's a tough area. Yes, there, like I said, I've been to Nashville a couple of times. I have been down on what they call Broadway. I've been to the Gaylord Hotel, that big fancy hotel during Christmas. I've been to the Ramen Auditorium. I've been to the Country Music Hall of Fame. Went into a few of the bars and restaurants there on Broadway. But yeah, there's certain parts of Nashville around that area that are, and I can't remember, somebody was telling me that either in Discord or another chat or one of my other live streams, that there's rough areas, most definitely. So it could be, if he didn't go in the water, It could be he wandered around and somebody with nefarious intentions saw an opportunity to rob him maybe or do something else. And unfortunately, it could be either or. But my bet is the river. Either the river, the river would be my top, and then some like I said, somebody with nefarious intentions took advantage of him, and he ended up maybe deceased. That's a good question, Marissa. Marissa says, why do men always head to water, not only young men, but even as they get older? That's a good question. I used to love water. When I was a kid, I swam like a fish, but the older I've got now, I'm scared. I'm scared of water. I can swim. At least well enough to try to, keep myself afloat and get myself out of a dangerous situation if I had to. But you couldn't pay me to get out on water anymore. Hey, Mexie. Hey, Mexie, welcome back. I was wondering if you came back. Says that new CCTV, he looks almost hurt. Now, I haven't had the chance to watch the new footage yet, so I'll definitely have to watch it probably tomorrow, or depending on how late I stay up tonight. It's already 10:30 here, Central Time. I'll have to look at the new footage they released, because like I said, when I put this together, the only footage I'd seen was just that 24-second. I think it came from maybe one of the other social media platforms. And then a longer, maybe a minute and a half, but you couldn't really tell it was just a bunch of people walking. You couldn't really tell who he was. I just used that 20-second clip because it stopped it and highlighted him. But I'll definitely have to look at the new footage. So, because Mexie says that he looks almost hurt. And it could be he might have, because I don't think, as far as anything I've read, I have not read why he got kicked out of the bar. I don't know if it's because he was too intoxicated and they weren't going to serve him, or maybe he got into a fight with somebody. I don't know. So if anybody still left in here knows why he got kicked out of the bar, if they've released that information, let me know. All I've read is that he got kicked out of the bar for some reason, so I would just assume that he was very intoxicated and maybe, being unruly, obnoxious, and they asked him to leave, or he possibly could have gotten into a fight with somebody. And Dandy says he is limping. Interesting. Dandy said he's limping from what I've seen, not stumbling. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'll have to check. I haven't seen the new footage they released. Yeah, that's why I'm Dandy. Going back to swimming, Dandy says, I can swim, but I'm scared to do it in open water. I panic as an adult. Yeah. Now, if I go to, which I don't have the occasion to a lot, but if I ever go to any beach areas, I don't go in above my waist, most definitely, but usually not more than above my knees. The last time I was in water, oh God, it's been years ago. And I don't know if it's Dandy's Discord or somebody else's had a section on Roatan, which was, the one and only cruise I've been on. Roatan was one of the places that we stopped, and we spent the day at the beach. We went through like an animal. It was so neat, an animal nature preserve that had the monkeys that would come sit on your head. But we did that. After we did that, we went to, it started with a T, Tabani Bay or something. Beautiful beach, some of the most beautiful blue, calmest waters I've ever seen. Tabiana Bay, maybe it was called, beach. I wasn't afraid. I mean, I got out up to my, neck in that water because it was just so calm and you could see to the bottom. And we spent the whole day out there. We would come out and have some drinky drinks every once in a while, and then we get back in the water. But it was the most beautiful beach water, calm, beautiful, that I've ever seen. Yeah, that sounds like me. Dandy says she gets her ankles wet. Yeah. Any kind of rough surf, because It says in Stillwater. Because the only other beaches I've been to are Gulf of Mexico, around Mobile, Alabama, and Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Florida. And there's a lot more tide, waves and stuff that come in down on the Gulf of Mexico. Yes, I agree. Mexi says I need to see through the water. Yeah, if I can't see the bottom, I'm not getting in past my knees. If I can see the bottom, like I said, I'll get in up to my waist. But like that on Roatan, that beach, I think it was something like Tabiana Beach or something, Tabiana Bay. I could live in that place. It was Roatan is beautiful. But yeah, if I can't see the bottom, because I don't know what critters are in there too. And then what was it, Roatan in the beach? They had these little fishes that, because I had painted my toenails like a bright hot pink, and apparently they liked my because I was wearing water shoes, but I would take my water shoes off in the water, and these little bitty fishes, I guess, were attracted to my bright pink toenails. So I could feel them nibbling on my toes, and it was just, so I had to put my water shoes back on. Oh. Dandy says that they visit Lake Powell every year. That ish is deep enough to hold a monster. Where's Lake Powell? I know you're in Colorado, right, Nandy? I should know all that by now. So let me know where Lake Powell is. Yeah, I don't do lakes. Like I said, I don't do a whole lot of water anymore. All right, I think I'm caught up in comments. Let's see what we got next. Okay, this is another one, and I don't think I have a video for this one. This another excuse my language, POS. Once again, there it is. I did have I try to keep my bookmark articles in order of my slides, but with all the updates, I got them kind of out of order. This is the POS that took the lives of this beautiful mother and daughter in Massachusetts. There's two people that were involved. They captured one. They were on the lookout for this guy. His name is Dijon Belnavis or something like that. He has been caught and he has been charged. I think they've both been charged. So this article comes from New York Post. It is from yesterday, once again, the 13th or the 12th. It says fugitive charged with executing National Guard soldier and her blind daughter arrested after a 2,500-mile manhunt. A fugitive charged with executing a National Guard soldier and her blind daughter in their car in Massachusetts has been arrested more than 2,500 miles away in Southern California, authorities said. Dijon Belnavis, 27, was taken into custody near the San Diego Zoo on Monday after cops managed to track him down via, quote, law enforcement technology. So I'm assuming maybe they pinged his phone. That's just a guess. Interim Worcester, Massachusetts Chief Police Paul Saucier said, quote, we were able to basically pinpoint where he was going to be. Belnavis is charged in the homicides of Chastity Nunez, 27, and her 11-year-old daughter Zella last week in Worcester. You can see them on the right-hand part of the picture. Beautiful mother and daughter. And then on the left side of the picture is Belnavis, the last one that they captured. Police allege that he and Karel Mangual, Mangual, walked up to the car where the mother and child were sitting about 3 p.m. on March 5th and opened fire, fatally wounding both victims. The arrest, quote, brings great relief to Chastity and Zella's family. Worcester Mayor Joseph Petty said, according to WCVB. Worcester District Attorney Joseph Early said Belnavis will be extradited back to Massachusetts to stand trial for a homicide. Mangual, the other suspected shooter, has already been charged with armed assault to carrying a firearm without a license in connection with the incident. The district attorney said Mangual's charges would be upgraded to homicide. Nunez served in the Connecticut Army National Guard for 4 years as a patient administration specialist in the 142nd Medical Company. She was awarded several honors for her service, including the National Defense Service Medal, Army Service Ribbon, and Army Achievement Medal. Chastity was beloved by her fellow soldiers in the 142nd Medical Company. Her wit, social nature, and dedication to duty made her one of the best soldiers in our unit. National Guard Major David Pitlick said in a statement, "I cannot begin to make sense of why this happened and why her family, friends, co-workers, and fellow soldiers have been robbed of her and Zella. What we can and must do now is support one another as we grieve, process this profound loss, and honor their memory." Nunez has also worked as a patient access representative at UMass Memorial Medical Center since March of 2021. Says she leaves behind another daughter, according to her obituary. And Zella, the daughter, was a student at Worcester Public Schools. A family friend, Tyra Sims, remembers Zella as happy, healthy, funny, and just so loving. To be taken like this is just not right. Absolutely. So such a sad case. And I want on this, and we may never know why. I want to know why. Like I said, some in, I think it was when past weekend, I was in Dave's chat, out on the Prowse chat, and he was talking about this case. And he said, and people in chat said it sounded just like they said in here, an execution. So they, as far as I found, now anybody in chat or watching replay, let me know if she had a boyfriend, husband, significant other that could have had, for some reason wanted to get rid of she and the daughter. Let's hope that's not the case. But at any rate, whoever did it, and for whatever reason, it's a unbelievable, unspeakable. Okay, Dandy says, Lake Powell is in Utah, beautiful, but a hard pass for me. Yeah, I'm not getting it. When I was a kid, during the summer, we spent every weekend at one of the local lakes here, but Mexi says big nopes. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not so much of a water baby now, the older I get. Yeah, for some reason oh my goodness. Okay. Sorry, my cursor is. Mexi said, you said deep and monsters. You checked 2 out of 3 on my list. What's number 3 on your list? Mexi says, if it ain't glamping, I ain't camping. Yeah, we used to camp when like I said, in my younger days. Now my bones can't take it now, but my grandparents would load me and my 2 brothers and my cousins up in the back of the truck. We had a pickup truck with the camper shell on it, and throw a mattress in the back and throw all us kids in the back, and we take off somewhere up in usually northern Arkansas and camp. Sleep in sleeping bags out either in the tent or just outside the camp. That's back when you could just stop on they had all the camping areas, just you could stop on the side of the road and just pitch a tent and camp and build a fire and cook and all that good stuff. But I couldn't do it anymore. The older I get, my mind can do it, but my body says, sister, you're not sleeping on the ground. Water is 3. Okay, so you don't want I forgot the first 2, monsters and something else. Yeah, water. Yeah. All right, I think I'm caught up in comments again. So next, okay, so this is once again, I hope you guys can hear the video. I won't be able to hear it, and I'll probably mute my mic and camera. This is Nick Bears. This is Sebastian Rogers' biological dad. I will mute my cam and mic for a minute. Hopefully, let me take this down. So hopefully you guys can hear it. I still don't know why I can't hear it on my phone, but we'll see how it goes. If it's playing, I'll be watching chat, and if you can't hear it, say something in chat, put a 2 or can't hear or something in chat. But hopefully you guys will be able to hear it. You've been able to hear the other ones, but
Exactly 2 weeks ago, we were just learning about the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers from Sumner County. Today, the search continues. The case, though, we know is now a criminal investigation. Thanks for being with us at 6, everyone. I'm Rory Johnston.
And I'm Kelsey Gibson for Carrie tonight. For the first time, we are getting a look at family video of the missing 15-year-old. Sebastian's biological father gave it to Nick Bears during an exclusive on-camera interview.
Seth Rogers shares custody of his son, and the deputy with the Davidson County Sheriff's Department spent the past 2 weeks looking for Sebastian.
I'm hoping he's still alive. You know, that's my main hope right now, is that he's not deceased. I mean, I keep praying that he's alive. I keep praying that somebody's going to see him, that somebody's going to call 911.
Seth's 15-year-old son disappeared barefoot and with a flashlight from his mother and stepfather's home in Hendersonville either late on Sunday, March 3rd or early that Monday. Seth knows the key to finding his son may come from a tip. Several photographs have already been made public, and now he's released 2 video clips of Sebastian. In this first one, you see Sebastian up front on the left in yellow shorts, participating in a tug-of-war with fellow students.
And if you watch, he got swung around at the end like a little rag doll, and it's like, well, he gave it his best.
This second video shows Sebastian walking at his middle school graduation.
I was very proud of him. I mean, he successfully completed something.
Seth says his son, who is autistic, is not a wanderer. He finds it highly unlikely Sebastian would leave in the middle of the night barefoot, based on an experience his son had as a child.
He decided that he wanted to step into a mound of what he thought was dirt, and it was fire ants. And since then, it's always been, he doesn't like to get his feet in the dirt. He likes to have his socks and shoes on.
Seth won't rule out the possibility of foul play, that someone is involved in his son's disappearance. And if Sebastian is able, he needs to call for help.
He needs to call 911. And if somebody has him, you need to give him back. He's my son. And he doesn't belong to nobody, but damn it, he's mine. And he's mine.
Nick Bears, News Channel 5.
Today, authorities have named no suspects and say that all of Sebastian's parents continue to cooperate with the investigation.
all right, that was once again, I couldn't hear it. I hope you guys could hear it good, but I've watched it several times, and just it's heartbreaking to hear him talking about his son. You could just hear it in his voice. Yeah, it's just so, I'm telling you, there's something going on. And when I keep harping on it, but when the law enforcement now saying they're moving to a criminal investigation, it makes me think they've found out some kind of information, a tip, have seen something on video that they're not releasing, or got some kind of information that's at least leading them down, investigating an avenue of a possibility of what might happen, might have happened. And maybe either he was abducted by a stranger or by somebody closer to home. But yeah, and Dandy says exactly where did he go? That's the question, and on his own. And to me, from everything, like I said, I'm not an expert on autism, but I do have a friend, like I said earlier, that has I think he's 18 or 19 now, 18 or 19-year-old son with autism. And I've known him since he was probably 15 or 16, known the family. And he would never go off by himself for any reason. I mean, if his mom or dad, or his stepdad, but he calls him dad, gets out of his sight, he panics. So I just can't see. I mean, and I know there are different levels on the spectrum of autism, but I don't know what level. I think Dandy or somebody had said that he was on the higher functioning, but I just still can't see him just going and with no shoes. Because the mom did make the comment in the interview I saw that all his shoes were still there, so apparently he didn't have shoes on, and that just doesn't make sense to me. Nothing about this case makes sense to me. Dandy says the mom and bonus dad did an off-camera interview. That's weird. Yeah, I have. Have you guys? I did have play on my other live stream. It's about a 5-minute portion of an uninterrupted, maybe raw footage video. I can't remember if I deleted it off my phone or not. Or I'll play it for you guys. If you haven't seen it, that might be Danny. That may be the one that you're talking about. Yeah, Dandy says, I'd want to locate my child at any cost, no matter the backlash, if my child was actually missing. Yep. Yep. So, like I said, there's something once again, my obscure movie references, there's something afoot at the Circle K, in my opinion. Something's going on. It may not be family, but it may be somebody close to the family or a stranger. Something's going on, in my opinion. All right. So I think I'm caught up in comments. So next we have Harmony Montgomery. I think once again, me and Dandy or somebody this afternoon was chatting in Discord. So Harmony's biological mom, Crystal Sorey, had petitioned to have her declared legally deceased. The judge did grant the motion or whatever. So that means, because it was mentioned in an article that I read, or a couple of articles that I read, that apparently whatever, what they called Harmony's estate or whatever, in the event of her passing, would, I think, both the parents, the POS, or her dad and her mom, would both benefit from it. But also, since since Harmony has been declared legally deceased, that her mom could file a wrongful death lawsuit against the POS. Now, I don't know what good that'll do. I don't know what she could get from that with him being in prison, but at any rate, this is from Court TV, and it is from yesterday. It says Harmony Montgomery declared legally deceased ahead of anticipated wrongful death lawsuits. A judge has granted a request to declare Harmony Montgomery legally deceased as the child's biological mother takes the next steps toward filing a wrongful death lawsuit in her case. Crystal Sorey, Harmony's biological mother, appeared at a probate hearing on Monday morning, where she asked a judge to both declare Harmony deceased and make her, Crystal, the sole administrator of the estate. On Tuesday, Judge Beth Kissinger granted the motions contingent on Sorey filing the appropriate documents and paying the fees. Harmony was 5 when her life was taken by their POS. I'm not going to say his name. In 2019, he was convicted of her homicide in February at trial. He admitted to disposing of her body, which he had hidden in a duffel bag, a cooler, and a ceiling vent, and a refrigerator. Special place in hell for him. The child was not declared missing until 2021. Her body has never been found, though Sori has said she intends to continue searching for Harmony. Both Sori and he have a history of DV issues, and Sori had been struggling in 2019 when he was given full custody of Harmony. Sori's attorney addressed the judge, saying that his admission during his trial to what he did to his daughter, as well as his conviction of her homicide, provided the court, quote, clear and convincing evidence that Harmony should be declared deceased. The judge asked to be provided a copy of the authenticated jury verdict within 5 days before issuing her ruling. While both Sori and he are listed as Harmony's heirs, Sori asked the court for his name to be removed and for her to be named sole estate administrator. Sori acknowledged in the proceeding that she is asking for Harmony to be declared deceased so that she can move forward in filing a wrongful death lawsuit against the state of New Hampshire. Okay, didn't see that coming. For Harmony's death. He chose not to attend Monday's hearing. Surprise, surprise. While a video link was set up with the jail, a corrections officer said that he, quote, refused to come. He similarly declined to, he didn't even come to his own trial. The judge told Sori that because of the planned lawsuit, before she can be named administrator for the estate, she needs to submit a $10,000 court surety bond, and that any money recovered from the lawsuit will first go to an estate account, and that money for attorneys and other bills can only be dispersed from there. Tuesday's order specifies that the letters of appointment will be issued after the judge receives an authenticated copy of the jury verdict, and Sori files a $10,000 fiduciary bond with corporate sureties. Prosecutors pledged to continue their search for Harmony after his conviction. She would have turned 10 on June 7th, 2024. So that is the latest that I found in the Harmony Montgomery case. So I'm not a lawyer. I would just, like I said earlier, would assume that she would have filed the wrongful death suit against him, but it says that she may be filing wrongful death against the state. The only reason, somebody let me know, maybe because the state didn't intervene, DHS, Department of Human Services, whatever it's called in Massachusetts, or wherever it's from. I might have got the wrong state. Didn't do anything because apparently they were living in a car, I think, at the time that she passed. But apparently, Crystal Sori is planning on filing the wrongful death lawsuit against the state. Right, let me get caught up in comments again. Marissa says, am I a issue mom? I would not have a clue if any of my kids' clothes are missing. No, you're not. Half the time I don't even know where my own clothes are. No, especially a teenager, because he was Sebastian's what, 15? I have my youngest nephew is 17, and he you could find his clothes under the bed, in the closet, in who knows where. So no, it's not. You're not an issue mom for not knowing if any of your clothes are missing. So that makes me wonder even more if the mom knew. His mom knew that all his shoes were there. She must have been keeping up with something, or I don't know. Just This case is just has been driving. This is the case right now that is really driving me batty. But no, you're not a bad mom if you don't know if any of your especially if it's a teenager that clothes, they don't even know where the clothes are. Most of the time teenagers don't even know where their own heads are. Yeah, Marissa also makes another good point. How does the mom know Sebastian didn't have a pair of shoes from his dad's house? And did it say, like I said, I can't remember, did it say where, did the biological dad, does he live close? Like I said, with all the cases I've got in my head, I can't keep all the details straight. I can't remember exactly where the biological dad lives. If it's close or what. So in chat, let me know if anybody knows. Woo, 2.5 hours. And some of these, I just put a list together, or a slideshow together of a bunch of stories. If I'm gonna try not to go past 3 hours, but I want to get in all the pertinent stories. Anything else I had planned, I can save for another time for the next live. I just wanted to get caught up on the latest happenings and all the cases we've been following. Yeah, Maxie agrees. Says, no, that does not constitute bad parenting. You're right, Maxie. I don't have kids of my own, but I have helped raise numerous nieces and nephews, help raise friends, children. So, yeah, like I said, teenagers are a different species, I'm telling you. Yep, I agree with you. Says the POS in Harmony's case is a slug. I have actual hate for some of these people. Yep, I agree, Dandy. Like I said, there's a special place in hell for people like that. Yes, thank you. Marissa says she has filed it against the state for putting Harmony with a violent criminal. Yes. Yeah, because like I said, if I'm keeping my cases straight, they were actually living in a car. It was the stepmom, I can't even think of her name right now. The one that got the plea deal for testifying against him, and now she's got parole. She's already out of jail. And then him, and then maybe I know at least one or two other children are living in a car, and they had all these other witnesses that said that, bad situation all the way around. Yep, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Dandy says as she should, but she's also a willing participant. I'm peed off with Harmony's case. Everyone failed her. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a good point. Marissa says, I hope that their trust fund is set up for Harmony's brother. Yeah, and Chopper was here earlier. He had posted earlier that she, in his opinion, in my opinion too, that Crystal Sorey should take some of that money and put it towards a cause to help keep children out of these kinds of situations, which I agree with. Dandy says, I can't talk about Harmony, that she'll get me stripped of benefits. I understand, dear. That's what we have Discord for. We can talk any way we want to on Discord, and we do. Kayla Montgomery, that's her name. Thank you, Maxie. Her name just, of course, you know me, girl, I'm loopy. Yeah, Kayla, that's her name. She apparently took the deal where if she testified, she wouldn't be prosecuted. And she's already been paroled because I guess she'd been in jail since this whatever started. And served her time, and they paroled her early or whatever, so she's already out of jail. Which, in my opinion, I don't think that's right, but what do I know? We're just peons, we don't know anything. All right. Okay, this is another short video about just some neighbors in the Elijah Vu case. neighbors talking about Elijah. Once again, I'm going to mute my cam and my mic and let me find the video.
The search for Elijah Vu continues to grow. I'm your Lakeshore neighborhood reporter, Preston Stober, and I'm in the Wisconsin Dells, where Elijah lived with his mother, as more people continue to look for the boy. This is the apartment complex where Elijah lived, in the Dells.
I was devastated whenever I heard about it.
Misty Severson and her husband were neighbors with the family. Misty says she babysat Elijah and his older sister.
He was just a sweet 3-year-old little boy that got dealt a really bad hand in life.
The two say they grew close with Elijah and were sad when his mother Katrina Bauer sent him to live with her partner Jesse Vang in Two Rivers. Bauer told police she did send her son to live with Vang earlier this year. Both have since been charged with child neglect, but not directly with Elijah's disappearance.
He was the son I never had. There's several parents here in this building, myself included. If she would have just asked, we could have helped her out.
Another neighbor, Jeremy Bronis, says Elijah used to play with his daughter, Eva.
He was just a happy-go-lucky kid, you know. He would always come up to you and say hi and be nice.
Jeremy says he saw them often, until this winter.
I never pictured or thought that Trina would do anything to her kid, so I'm hoping that he's out there somewhere and maybe he's just in a bad situation right now.
Everyone I spoke with in the Dells today says they've heard about Elijah, and they're hoping for the best.
I'm hoping that, we can bring him back and hopefully we'll get to say hi to him again.
Police said on Monday that the 3-year-old boy is still missing. They also said that a reward backed by donations is up to $40,000. People in the Dells will start their organized search on Tuesday. In the Wisconsin Dells, Preston Stober, NBC 26.
All right, I'm back. I hope I could hear that all right. I still couldn't hear it. I got to figure out what's going on with my phone. Well, I can't hear the videos. But anyway, another sad case. I always try to stay positive, but I don't have a good feeling about this either. Yes, most definitely, Mixie says prayers for Elijah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I haven't checked, I checked earlier today for any updates. Apparently they're still searching. So if anything new has developed since early this afternoon, y'all let me know with chat. Horrible case. As they all are. All right. Let's see what we got next. Oh, goodness. All right. And I have a couple of, this might be longer than 3 hours, or maybe not. A couple of body part stories. Of course, we've been following this Long Island. These body parts they find in Long Island, and apparently they've identified both of the victims. And apparently according to this article that I found, one of the victims was a cousin of one of the suspects. So let me find the article and we'll find out what all that is about. So that was the first when I found this article. That was the first I'd heard about the victim, one of the victims being a cousin of one of the suspects. So this comes from NBCNewYork.com from the 11th, so a couple of days ago. It says, victim in Long Island body parts case is suspect's cousin, family says. The identity of the 53-year-old man whose remains were also discovered are still pending. Medical examiner confirmation. Suffolk police said Monday, but his family has identified him. I believe, probably by the tattoos. And I don't. All these nude, almost got myself in trouble. News articles have been showing it's kind of blurred, but the picture of one of the severed arms with the Sandy tattoo. I don't know why they put that out. I'm not putting it on here, obviously. But anyway, police confirmed the identity of a victim whose dismembered remains were found in various parks and wooded areas on Long Island in recent weeks, while the family of the other victim said the grisly incidents have a family connection. Quote, he was our baby brother. He was not perfect, but nobody deserves what happened, said Corrine Bullock, who spoke alongside her older brother, Charles Williams, on Monday. They said their brother, Malcolm Brown, was the man whose arms were discovered in the Suffolk County woods. Bullock said her family has been hurting since they found out about their loved one's passing. It's been a couple of years since she had seen her brother, Malcolm, but now the family is trying to figure out what happened, saying they are, quote, just looking for answers. Neither prosecutors nor police have officially identified Malcolm Brown as a victim, as it is still pending confirmation from the ME's office, according to Suffolk County Police. Adding to the family's pain, they said that one of the suspects accused in the crimes, 44-year-old Stephan Brown, is their cousin. They faced him in court on Monday, shouting the simple question, quote, how could you, at him as he entered court. Our parents and his mom, my aunt, they're home, they are suffering, they're hurting, and he has nothing to say, said Williams. He has nothing to say. He's got to do something. He's got to tell what happened, good or bad. Nobody deserves homicide, and his cousin has something to do with it, said Williams. Authorities have identified one of the two victims as 59-year-old Donna Keneally, whose last known address is in Yonkers. No other details about Keneally were immediately available. Brown and co-defendant Amanda Wallace, 40, ran from reporters after their brief court appearance because apparently they're arrested and then released on bond. I think there's 4 arrested. I don't know if all 4 of them are released, but at least 2 of them were. Brown's lawyer could not confirm his connection to either victim. There's nothing I can add at this time. The case was adjourned for a week, and I will talk to the DA, hopefully get some evidence. That would be nice, said attorney Ira Wiseman. He previously said his client, quote, did not take the life of anyone and did not take part in any of this. The victim's remains, including Keneally's head and arm and the man's arm, were discovered on separate days, February 29th and March 5th, after students, I just can't imagine, no matter how young or old these school kids were, after students walking to school spotted an arm off the road by Southard's Pond Park in Babylon. The investigation expanded to West Babylon, and Bethpage State Park, where more remains linked to the same people were found. 4 people have been arrested in the case, though none have been charged with homicide at this time. They all lived in the same house on Railroad Avenue. The other 2 suspects, Jeffrey Mackey, nor Alexis Neves, appeared in court last week. None have been held behind bars because concealing a human corpse is currently not a bail-eligible offense, which has prompted widespread condemnation. I agree. How could concealing a human corpse not be a bail revocable, or however you put it, offense? But anyway, neither Mackey nor Neves spoke to the reporters Friday after their brief court appearance. Both remained free without bail, each wearing GPS monitors in order to remain in Suffolk County for now, after being charged with hindering prosecution, tampering with physical evidence, and concealment of a human corpse. A lawyer said Mackey and Neves are in a relationship. Mackey's lawyer said the case is set to go before a county grand jury, which could add more serious charges. Let's hope so. If they did it. Court documents allege that the 4 suspects removed, quote, sharp instruments, multiple body parts, and other related items from the house in an effort to conceal a homicide. An assistant district attorney alleged the quartet went to barbaric lengths to cover up the homicides, with police removing meat cleavers and butcher knives from the home. All right. So apparently that was the end of it. So that is the latest in the Long Island body parts case. Caught up in comments. Yep, everybody's still sending out, thoughts, prayers, and good vibes for little Elijah and all of them, and Sebastian. Most definitely. All those babies need our prayers. Hope for a good outcome, but even if not, they still need thoughts and prayers. All right, let's see what else. Okay, so, and I think I might have to save this one for later because I forgot to on the new it's on the CW network, the Crime Nation, that new show. The episode they did, I think last week, was on the Brittanee Drexel case, and I guess I could read the article. I was gonna do the video of her. I'll just read the article. I forgot to screen record the video, but I'll do it on the next live stream I do. Next True Crime After Dark we do, I'll show it. But it showed it on the show on Crime Nation. But this is from people.com, and it is from the 8th. And it says, watch, that's what I was going to do, watch the video. Brittanee Drexel's mom confront man who took her life on spring break. You face the consequences. For more than a decade, Dawn Drexel waited for answers about what happened to her vivacious daughter, Brittanee, who vanished in 2009 during a spring break trip to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. After many years, countless sleepless nights, and a lengthy investigation, in May of 2022, convicted S.O. Raymond Moody was arrested and charged with S.A. homicide and kidnapping in connection with the upstate New York teen's disappearance and homicide. In October of 2022, Moody pleaded guilty in court to assaulting and taking the life of Brittanee. Like I said, on the episode of Crime Nation, oh no, it was on 2020, excuse me. The 2020 episode, not Crime Nation. This week's Crime Nation was about the Murdaugh case. Moody was sentenced to life in prison plus 30 years for a first-degree kidnapping, SA, and strangling the 17-year-old high school soccer star who dreamed of becoming a nurse or cosmetologist, the Democrat and Chronicle reported. He says, quote, I was a monster. He said this in court after entering his guilty plea. In an exclusive clip from this week's 2020, Dawn is shown confronting Moody in court on the day he pleaded guilty to the homicide of Brittanee. Today we know the truth, and today, Mr. Moody, you face the consequences for that. Brittanee is present. She said, I wear her picture and her ashes around my neck. That's all I have left. That's all we have left, what you did to her. Recalling the strong emotions she felt that day, I wonder if I could try to screen share, if maybe it would play the video. But you guys will have to let me know if you could hear it, because I can't hear it. Let me try. I don't think it might not work, but I can try. Oh, Marissa says, I have to head off. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to watch. Thank you, Marissa, for being here. I don't know if you're still here. But thank you for being here, Marissa from Australia. Always good to have you here, my dear. Thank you. Have a good night or day or whatever it is in Australia right now. Yeah, Dandy says, I can't imagine waiting years for answers. Let me try this, guys. I don't know if it'll work. It'll probably turn into a dumpster fire, but let's see. Let me take some of this off so I can. Well, no, I don't want. I want to take it off that down. All right, let me share. Like I said, this probably won't work, but I'll give it a shot. You guys, like I said, will have to let me know most likely if it'll even play, if the sound is good, because I won't be able to hear it. I don't think it's going to work. Nope, it's not going to work. Okay. Oh, well, I tried. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe. Hold on. Let me try one more time. It started playing. Why is it not sharing? Oh, it's not working. Sorry, guys. I will screen record the video if you guys want to see it at some point. And sorry that it didn't work. Like I said, with my my swap signal as a, I almost called you Daisy, as Dandy calls it. It won't play videos. I'll finish reading the article. Find where I was at. It says, today we know the truth, and today, Mr. Moody, you face the consequences for that. Dawn said to him. Brittanee is present, she said. I wear her picture and ashes around my neck. That's all I have left. That's all we have left after what you did to her. Recalling the strong emotions she felt that day, Dawn says, on this week's 2020, he wouldn't even look at me. I was shaking. I was that mad. I would have been too. It would have taken all I had to not jump over and beat the mess out of him. The 2-hour episode also give viewers an exclusive inside look at how an FBI team finally arrested Moody. And I did record or DVR and watch the episode. It was a very good episode. So if you missed it and want to watch it, you can find it anywhere streaming. I encourage you to watch it. It was very well done. I love watching the 2020. They always have good episodes. It says it gives an inside look at how an FBI team finally arrested Moody, who had been a person of interest for more than 10 years. On April 22nd, 2009, Brittanee joined a group of friends who were going to Myrtle Beach for spring break, but she did not tell her parents. I think it was her boyfriend that finally called the parents and let them know that she had gone to Myrtle Beach. On April 25th, 2009, Brittanee left her hotel alone, headed to the Blue Water Resort on Ocean Boulevard, the busy main drag in Myrtle Beach, to visit a friend who was staying there. She was last seen about 8:45 p.m. when surveillance cameras captured her leaving the hotel. She texted her boyfriend back home that she was walking back to the Bar Harbor, a motor inn a mile and a half down the road where she and her friends were staying. Moody was living an hour from Myrtle Beach and a motel in Georgetown, South Carolina in 2009 when Brittanee was last seen, investigators said. According to authorities, Moody kidnapped Brittanee as she walked alone along the Myrtle Beach Strip. So that was Like I said, I'm so mad that I'm pretty sure I forgot to screen record that. But let me check and make sure. I'm pretty sure it was one of the things I was going to go back and do last minute, and I forgot to. Yeah, I don't have it. I'll have to go back and do it at some point. All right. Oh, still got 4 people here. I think I got one. Let's see. How long have we been? I want to get to this one, and I may save the other last 2 for a different live stream. This is actually when I was doing. I think I was going to feature her as one of my missing persons on my Missing Person Monday video, and then when I went and looked for an update, she had been found, unfortunately, been found deceased, and unfortunately, it sounds like a sorry, I'm trying to find an article, a DV situation. This is Reyna Hernandez. Well, I'm waiting for the article to come up. They found her in Mexico. I believe she went missing from California. And this is from Fox 13 Seattle, and it is from the 11th. A missing written woman found deceased in Mexico. Suspect is in custody. The body of a missing written woman was found in Mexico last week, authorities confirmed Monday, and a suspect is already in custody across the border. Renton police say 54-year-old Reyna Hernandez, who went missing from her home in South Renton on February 26, was found deceased near Mexicali on March 8th. Mexicali is the capital of Baja California and is situated east of Tijuana, right across the U.S.-Mexico border. According to Renton police, detectives were directed to a news article from Mexicali reporting an unidentified body found in a cemetery on the Tijuana highway. They reached out to Mexican authorities and were able to identify the body as that of Hernandez. A 61-year-old man from Renton was arrested in Mexicali on unrelated charges. Renton police say he is a suspect in this case. Family of Reyna told Fox 13 that the man arrested was Reyna's partner. Authorities confirmed, trigger warning once again. Authorities confirmed there were signs of torture, saying that Hernandez was bound at the hands and feet, GSW to the head, and wrapped in a blanket. Horrible. Investigations Commander Chandler Swain said, quote, "This is the worst possible outcome, and our hearts go out to Reyna's family and friends. We are working closely with Mexicali police and our U.S. federal partners to determine when and where Reyna, when her life was taken. Hernandez, excuse me. Hernandez has not been seen since February 26, and her friends reported her missing on the 28th when she did not return home from running errands. Her sister, 47-year-old Sarah Carrillo, last spoke to Hernandez on February 24th. She said her sister sounded happy and had gone dancing that night. The clients told family members that Hernandez experienced a DV and said that she had a black eye at her salon because apparently she owned her own beauty salon before she went missing. Carrillo says Hernandez was a dreamer, a hardworking and emphatic person with a lot of love to give. I walk into the salon and I smell her perfume, sense her joy, and hear all the stories that people share when they come. Carrillo told Fox 13 in Spanish. Authorities say once Reyna's time and manner of death are confirmed, they can determine where her life was taken. If evidence shows that her life was taken in the U.S., Renton police say they will ask for the suspect to be extradited for trial in the United States. Okay, I guess that was the end of it. So hopefully, if her partner, alleged offender, suspect, hopefully they can, if they can find enough evidence that he is the one responsible, they will get him extradited back to the U.S. and deal with him accordingly. I just wanted to share that. That was another one that I had bookmarked to talk about tonight, and in Discord, I can't remember whose it was, maybe Dandy's or Mexie or somebody, Shauna, all the Discords I'm in, or maybe on Miss Frankie's think tank, had put a link there. So I'm like, hey, great minds think alike, apparently. All right. Let's see, how long are we in? 2:54. Let's see which ones. I think I'm going to save that one. Oh, goodness. Okay, so I do want to really quickly, this should take us to the 3-hour mark. Any of you, and you can check the playlist of weird crimes and dumb criminals. I have done at least one video discussing this bizarre case, because it does have an Arkansas connection. That's how I found out about it way back when I did the first video about it. Let me find the article. So this is Jeremy Pauley, and apparently, this is from People magazine from March the 6th of this year. And as you can see by the headlines there, it says man who had buckets. And once again, a trigger warning for anybody. I need to trigger something. I know Gisela from Grizzly True Crime has a trigger bunny. I need to get some kind of trigger or put my banner up. I guess I could put my banner up very quickly. There we go. Okay. So this is Jeremy Pauley. This very distinguished looking gentleman here. A man who had buckets of human remains promoted himself as, quote, preservation specialist of retired medical specimens. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess. So Jeremy Pauley was sentenced to probation after police found stolen, and we'll get to the Arkansas connection. It might not mention it in the article, but I know about it. It found stolen human body parts in his basement. So now we're back to body parts once again. When police first showed up at Jeremy Pauley's house in June of 2022, after getting a call accusing him of hoarding human remains, he calmly told police he was a, quote, collector of oddities. The 15 to 20 skulls and assorted skeletons that he had at his Enola, Pennsylvania home were legally purchased. I still don't see how it is legal to purchase human body parts, unless you are I do know they use human skeletons in colleges, universities to teach like medical students and stuff like that. But anyway, I lost my place. He said they were legally purchased. Pauley, 41, told East Pennsboro Township officers, police said, according to a criminal complaint cited by Fox 43. Not only was he a collector of oddities, but he also considered himself the, quote, lead preservation specialist of retired medical specimens and curator to history, remains, and artifacts. Well, that explains it all. According to his website, he has a website now, which declares on one page, quote, remember you must die. Oh, Pauley says on his website that he has dedicated his career to his museum, the Memento Mori, and, quote, to his efforts in the restorative and creative works of the Pauley Institute of Preservation. The website features a backdrop photograph of several human, I don't know if I can say that, human little people, minors in jars. The quote laws section of the website, which is divided into 3 sections, federal law, state law, and import regulations, are blank. Imagine that. The officers who initially went to Pauley's house left, but returned in the next month, in July of 2022, after receiving a call from a tipster who claimed there were buckets of, quote, human skin and human organs in the basement of his home. Armed with a search warrant, police found 3 5-gallon buckets filled with body parts, including 6 pieces of human skin and human fat, a human heart, kidney, skull, hair, brains, livers, lungs, trachea, mandible, all the body parts. He was arrested and charged by local police for abuse of a corpse, receiving stolen property, and dealing in proceeds of unlawful activities. He pleaded guilty to abuse of a corpse in January as part of his agreement with prosecutors to plead guilty. The other charges were dismissed. On Tuesday, he was sentenced to 2 years of supervised probation, according to local news outlets, calling the case, quote, one of the most bizarre investigations he has ever had in his 33 years as a prosecutor. District Attorney Sean M. McCormick said, "Just when I think I've seen it all, a case like this one comes around." Yeah. Pauley's legal woes are far from over. He is also awaiting sentencing after pleading guilty to federal charges in connection to the buying and selling of stolen remains. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Middle District of Pennsylvania announced in September 2023. Pauley pleaded guilty in federal court to interstate transport of stolen property and conspiracy to interstate transport of stolen property for buying and selling parts. In doing so, he, quote, admitted to his role in a nationwide network of individuals who bought and sold remains stolen from Harvard Medical School and an Arkansas mortuary. This is where the Arkansas part comes in. Lady, I can't remember her name. Once again, it's been so long since this just happened to pop up, and I'm like, wait a minute, I recognize that guy. Popped up in my news feed. But yeah, like I said, check out the Weird Crimes and Dumb Criminals section. But one of the people, and there are literally Facebook groups for this kind of stuff. It's horrifying. But a woman who worked in a mortuary in Arkansas was one of the people that he allegedly bought some of these parts from. So that's the Arkansas connection. Pauley bought parts from the former manager of the Harvard Medical School morgue, who sometimes let his customers come and pick out parts from cadavers in the morgue. I don't understand that. And this is according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. Pauley also admitted to selling many of the stolen remains to others, at least one of whom also knew the remains had been stolen, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. So that is the latest on Mr. Pauley there, with all his lovely tattoos and all his what did he call himself? The preservation specialist of retired medical specimens. Unbelievable. People wonder why I don't want to go out of the house. Just saying. Yeah, I can't say it. Yeah, buckets of, yeah, this guy's cringe. Yeah, you wouldn't believe, like I said, if you haven't, go to the playlist, Dumb Criminals and Weird Crimes. I think I have them together. If not, it's I've done at least one video, maybe more, with updates on when this case first came out here locally, when the Arkansas connection was made. This reminds me of old dude in Minnesota, Ed Gein. Reminds me so much of Ed Gein. Oh my goodness gracious. And I believe Ed Gein was the Buffalo Bill or character from Silence of the Lambs. I believe was partly based on Ed Gein. That's what this guy reminds me of. Now, I don't know, but I could just see him dancing around in the basement wearing other people's skin. I don't mean to laugh, but it's just so horrible that you got to laugh to keep from crying. Oh no, you're not judging Danny. Danny says not to judge, but half his face is warped. No, that's horrible. Those are tattoos. That's I mean, I have nothing against tattoos. I have one myself, but that's just with the tattoos and all the piercings and the ear things. I mean, I'm not judging either, but you put that together with all his museum of he's the preservation of medical specimens. No, there are actual legitimate places for that. The Mutter Museum, and wherever it's at, I want to go there because I do like weird and creepy stuff. Not to this extent of Mr. Pauley here, but yeah, they have the Mutter Museum. I can't remember where it's at right now. That is legit. Has stuff like this. But yeah, this guy is definitely not right in the head, in my opinion. Yeah. And Dan says, is an understatement. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think that was the last one. I'm going to save, we're over 3 hours. I'm going to save the other one because it is a cold case that I do want to bring, but and we're 3 hours in, and it's 11:35 here, and it's getting late, and I'm getting goofier than usual, losing my voice. Yeah, Dandy says he tattooed his eye. Weirdo, that's overkill. Yeah, like I said, I have nothing against tattoos, and I love like arm sleeves of tattoos, and even a little bit of, I've seen people with neck tattoos, but that with the all over the face or half the face, no. I mean, I'm, to each their own, but nope, not for me, not for me. All right, guys, I'm going to do, I don't want to leave on this, do not want to end on this, so let me find, who do we want to end on? A good, we want to end on Harmony. We got, not that. We'll end on a little Harmony here. Sweet little face. Because I forgot to put my never forget logo thing at the end of this one. So if anybody left has any last comments or start saying your goodbyes, well, I'll go through my shameless plugging, and then I will get to last comments quickly before we get out of here. Oh, let me take that banner down. Once again, if you're new here, if this is your first time here, thank you so much for being here. Thank you to everyone who has been here, who's not their first time here. If you haven't already, please hit the like button before you leave. Subscribe if you found this content informative or interesting. I have Missing Person Monday on Mondays, the case of the week. You guys do not want to miss the case of the week for Friday. I don't know if Chris is still here, but it's going to be on Tiffany Foster, which is a case that I found that was shared in the cold cases group. I have it worked up. I just got to get the video recorded of it because I won't be able to do a live stream of it. I may, if I can, depending on what I'm doing Friday, do it as a video premiere where we can have the chat box up while the video is playing, but we'll just have to wait and see. At any rate, there will at least be a video uploaded of it. So Tiffany Foster case I will be doing Friday. Other than that, like I said, I probably won't be able to do any live streams Saturday or this weekend. So I'll probably be back after Friday. I'll have a Missing Person Monday, either video premiere, or live stream, depending on what I'm doing. So like, share, comment, all that good stuff helps. That helps the channel get pushed out to more people to get all that missing person cold case information out to as many people as possible. Once again, you can find me on Facebook, the group, and the page. You can find all these links. I think I remembered to put them in the description box of the live stream. You can also find them in the About section of the channel. I do have my second channel for anytime you want to take a break from true crime and go to Southern Gal Ramblings. I'm still planning maybe next weekend, next Saturday, doing a late night, let's see, what can we call it? We call this one True Crime After Dark, maybe Southern Gal After Dark, Ramblings After Dark, where we can talk about anything aside from true crime, take a break from true crime, music, movies, paranormal, UFOs, creepy, anything we want to talk about over there and have some fun and take a break from true crime. But in the meantime, you can go over there and subscribe if you want to and check out the limited little bit of content that I have over there. If you ever have any questions or comments, you can email me. If you have a case that is close to your heart, maybe you knew the victim, it happened in your hometown, your home state, or just a case that you think is not getting enough attention or awareness, email me the victim's name, the state it occurred in, any information you have. I will do my research on it. I will work it up and do a case of the week, missing person. However I can feature it, I will feature it for you. That is what I'm here for. If you would like to help support the channel and the search and the awareness for the missing, I have a Buy Me a Coffee account, PayPal me account, Venmo, Southern Gal True Crime merch. All those links are in the description box, and once again in the About section of the page. I think that is all my shameless plugging. So we'll get to last comments here. Yes, I wanted to end on something positive. Little Harmony there and her beautiful little smile there. It just breaks my heart. Yep. Danny says to end on, rest in peace, sweet baby girl Harmony. Absolutely. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it so much. Thank you to everybody who was in chat. I'm going to forget somebody. Dandy, Marissa was here. Maxie, Gailhard was here earlier. Junior was here earlier. If I forget somebody, I apologize. I'm trying to go through comments. I'm probably going to repeat myself. Like I said, Gail. Michigan Wifey was here earlier. Appreciate Michigan Wifey. She's probably in bed by now, but she'll probably finish watching on replay. Or she might be lurking and not talking. Michigan Wifey, always good to have my OG here. So many comments. I don't know if I can make it back up to the top. Chris Gideon, thank you for being here, Chris. I will put, when I end this, I will put the, I'll go find the link for the Cold Cases Facebook group. I encourage you, all you good people who I know are the right kind of people that are passionate about this, please join that group if you do Facebook. So thank you, Chris, for being here. Michelle C was here. Thank you, Michelle C. See, that's why I go through comments, because I always forget people who come in at the beginning and are quiet. Gail, I mentioned Gail. Still loading comments. I think I got everybody. If I forgot anybody, I apologize. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, everybody who's watching replay. That's just as good, helps just as much. Yes, Dandy says, thank you for spending time with us. Absolutely. Anybody who chooses to spend a little bit of time listening to this goofy woman here babble on, but I do babble about very important things, missing persons, cold cases, unfortunately, these horrible cases in the news, but we all need to be aware of all this stuff to try to make a difference, be a positive voice and advocates for the missing, for the cold cases, so that they are my hashtag. You can see it there, hashtag never forget. So once again, thank you I keep seeing comments pop up. Hold on. Yes, Dandy says, you too, Dandy. Dandy says, sleep sweet and see you next time. Absolutely. Thank you, everybody. Like I said, Friday, I will have either video or video premiere of the case of the week. So until then, take care of yourselves. Be careful out there. Take care of each other. Most important thing we can do is take care of our fellow human beings. I love you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.